Yo, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Flesh and Blood stream. Tonight, we're going to be getting some draft practice in for the Hunted. I've really enjoyed drafting this set so far. It's been a lot of fun. I think that this is a very balanced, very good draft format. I've seen a lot of very powerful decks from a multitude of different people. So I think that drafting this set's really fun, and I really enjoy doing it so far. For anybody who does not know, when I'm drafting when I'm drafting online, I'm drafting in the Runaways Discord. If you guys would like to join me tonight, be more than happy to have you guys. It's a lot of fun to draft and just kind of hang out with the community. We're starting a little bit later tonight. I know it's 8 o'clock right now. I had to work until 7 tonight, so we just had to push the stream back some, unfortunately. Hate that we had to do it, but we did. Probably stay up a little bit later drafting tonight. We'll see what happens. We'll see how I'm feeling in a couple hours, to be honest. But I'm hoping to get at least 2 drafts in. I'd like to get a third in if we can tonight. So should be a good time, and I'm excited. Yo, Mekado, Doubt, Dave, Ben, how is everybody? Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it. Martin, what's up, my dude? How is everybody? Making poor life decisions to stay up late to watch for a bit? Dave, I heard that, dude. I felt that, dude. That's a big mood, man. It's a big mood, and I appreciate you being here, brother. But please, get some sleep, man. Get some sleep. Yo, Brad, what's up, dude? I was like, yeah, Doubt, you guys are leaving for Europe tomorrow, right? I was like, you guys are hitting up Paris, right? I was like, think you guys are leaving tomorrow. Yo, Hammerfist, what's up, buddy? How are you guys? Yo, thanks for being here tonight, guys. Appreciate y'all chilling. We are going to start off the stream by continuing to talk about the Aurora deck here just a little bit. I'm currently in a draft queue. There's 3 of us in the draft queue right now, so we are waiting on a few more to get started here before we actually get going into our queue with everything going on. So, good, thanks. I drafted Welcome to Wraith last night. I had a blast. Yo, drafting WTR, man, is awesome. I thoroughly enjoy drafting Welcome to Wraith. It's a lot of fun. And good, Brad. I'm good, man. I'm good. I appreciate you asking, man. I'm glad to hear you're doing well, man. I'm glad. Taylor Crawford says join the Card Guys Discord. Oh, man. Being in the Discord, I don't know. Taylor might try to get me canceled now, dude. I don't know about all that now. We gotta be careful with joining random Discords and stuff like that. Although it sounds like there's quite a few of you in there, Chopper. I was like, I think there's quite a few of you all hanging out in there and just kind of chilling right now. So was testing some Dawnblade and Verdance dooming still, but Dawnblade went okay. But all Auroras, but always got second. I mean, going second's a big deal, right? Like in any aggro matchup, going second's a really big deal. I definitely understand that. So, yo, Chris, what's up, dude? How are you, buddy? Oh, you guys are drafting? Are you guys drafting right now? Yo, let's go, dude. I love that. I saw that Taylor was sharing his screen, or I think he was sharing his screen in the Discord. Yeah, I was like, it looks like they're drafting right now. Ooh, Taylor looks like he's got together a pretty good little deck there. Looks like he's got together a decent little deck that he's putting together there. So, I don't know. There's 5 people in this queue, so we should be able to get started with drafting here pretty soon. I really enjoy drafting this format. Aggro, pick what I play for ProQuest. What are my options, Chris? Talk to me. What are my options? Flight is a bit shorter than I expected, but not a bad thing. Gives us time to watch the new season of Love on the Spectrum. I've never watched that. Is it good? Do you like it? What's the flight to Paris? I know the flight to London's about 8.5 hours or 9 hours, if I remember correctly. So what's the flight to Paris? All right, so taking a break here from chat. Let's talk about the deck just a little bit for a minute. I mean, this is probably just going to be my 80. I'm pretty settled on this. The only change that I'm truly considering at this point in time is maybe there's a world where I'm not on Second Strike and I'm on Fry, or maybe I'm not on Scar and I'm on Fry. I don't know. Like, it's kind of weird because I like Scar. Like, we've tested Scar and Second Strike in the place of a lot of matchups, and there's just been a lot of times where it was like, if I had, I keep going, okay, like if the amount of times that I have drawn a hand and it's been like, oh, if I would have had Second Strike, this would have been amazing. And then there's like times where it's like, oh, if I had Scar, I could have started my turn out that way and then extended my turn the rest of the way. So I don't know. It feels like there's a lot of conditional go again in the deck right now, which kind of scares me because, I mean, like, if we look at our deck here, like, I mean, Rabble and Entwine Lightning, even Entwine Lightning is a conditional go again card, which we saw the other night did bite us in the butt. But I think most of the things in our deck are conditional go again. So I don't know. It's a little scary with what we're looking at, like kind of how we start and like certain things that are going on with the deck. So I don't know. Just some things to consider. as we get closer, I know a lot of people are on the Serenade and Skizik plan. I continue to not believe that Serenade and Skizik is the way to go, but it could be. I don't know. Like, it could just be the most correct thing we could be doing. So I don't know. It's tough. I struggle with the last few slots here. 9.5 hours. That's not bad. That's not bad. I watch it with my wife every night. Okay, awesome. So it sounds like it's a pretty good show. Let's see. Chris said, we got Riptide, Victor, New, Fi, or Jarl. I mean, if I had to pick one of those decks for myself, I would definitely pick Fi at the current moment. I think Fi's actually got, like, not a terrible place in the metagame, if I'm being honest. But there's also, like, a place where, like, Victor does really well in, like, a local metagame for sure. So I think that Victor and Fi would be pretty high on my list there. Verdant's game, Aurora did 23 arcane damage on turn 1. Arc Lightning, Double Flicker, Burn Up and Shock, Serenade, Skizik. Wow. That's crazy, dude. That's actually a ton of damage. A ton of damage, Dave. That's actually wild. Yeah, we're missing one more. Oh, yo, let's go. Chopper's in here. Yo, Tito's in here. Vero's in here. A lot of household names in our draft right here that we're looking at. So it looks like it should be a good one. I don't know. I keep waffling back and forth on, like, Serenade and Skizik. I know a lot of people are, you know, playing Serenade and Skizik. I've just not been sold. Like, if I was going to make the changes for that, it would probably be cut the Rabbles, cut the Lightning Surges and the Written in the Stars, and play 3 Serenades and 3 Skiziks. But I think people are going to come ready to fatigue decks that are on Serenade and Skizik. So it's why I'm very skeptical of the entire package. I'm very, very skeptical of that entire package for that reason, because it feels like it's just helping people fatigue us in a much easier fashion, to be honest. I don't know. But it is like just a lightning 0 for 4, basically. So I don't know. I'm on 2 Serenades and 3 Skiziks. Helps me with the issues of drawing them when you don't. 2 Serenades and 3 Skiziks. Huh, interesting. It's really interesting, Justin. I was legit so happy I found out I might have some streaming potential with my PC once you sent me yours. Yo, Brad, that's awesome, dude. I hope you're able to work that out, man. Hope you're able to stream and get that going, dude. That would be awesome. I was like, the more people that are streaming Flesh and Blood, man, the better off we're going to be. I'm off Discharge and Gone in a Flash, though. I think Gone in a Flash and Discharge is just too important. I really like Discharge. It's felt really good over the last, like, few weeks here. Did you VOD review the stuff I sent you the other morning? Buddy, unfortunately, I have not. Unfortunately, I have not. I've just not had the time. And I'm sorry, man. I promise you I'm not ignoring. I appreciate you sending me all those notes and, like, giving me the time to look back on that. But work has just been absolutely slammed. I am hoping that Saturday morning I'm going to be able to wake up and kind of, like, review that and go over it. But still, man, I do really appreciate you sending all that to me so that I'd have it. The concept that you just said of cutting Rabble and cutting Second Strike, so we're on a 54-card main deck. Playing Serenades and Skiziks as a 54-card main deck is really interesting, because I feel like maybe it leaves me. I don't board out the discharges in a lot of matchups. I do in some, though. So if we were to cut Rabbles and we were to cut Second Strikes for Serenade and Skiziks, we would have a 54-card main deck, because you can't play one without the other, in my opinion. So then our sideboard plan would be to cut Discharges for the Mirror, and we would bring in Scars, Shelters, and Sigils. Against... Oh, let's see. We got our queue up here. We'll see if somebody's got the queue posted. Somebody's already got it posted. Dude, Chopper, appreciate that. I don't know. We'll draft right now, but we'll talk about this later. And talk about the potential of trying to play something like that, because, I mean, I don't know. I would be interested in trying to make it all work. Like, if I could make the Serenade and Skizik package work, it would be a lot of fun, but I just don't know. You'd cut Discharge before anything. So I think if we're adding yellows, we have to cut Rabble, right? Like, if we're adding yellows and we have to cut Rabble, it's like my thought process there. I don't know. I mean, yeah, Gone in Flash blocking 3 is very safe. Probably won't be Fab stream, sadly. I don't currently have any actual streaming plans, but I'm just glad to know the potential is there. I mean, yeah, it's always nice to know you have it in your back pocket, right? For sure, dude. I get it, Brad. That's the exact reason I cut Rabble. I mean, yeah, I just don't know that we can be on 15 misses consistently. And I just don't think we can be on 15 misses consistently. I don't know. It's just a lot of misses to have in the deck. It's very concerning to me to be on that many yellows and Rabble. Like, I think Gone in a Flash is a very good card, especially since I'm on all 15. Passive Blaze 69 fan. Yo, what a name. All right, let's see what we got. Red Reaper's Call is really good. Nip at the Hills is a solid pick. Plunge the Prospect is a pretty good card. We could also take the Headpiece here. The Headpiece is one of the better pieces in my opinion. I do like Nip at the Hills as a blue generic. I think it fits really well. So let's see. There is... Ooh, we got a Warrior card in that extra slot there. That's interesting, so that's good to keep in mind. Affirm Loyalty is a card that's like pretty clear that we did not like lean into Fang at this point. I'll be back after the draft. I won't be stream sniping. Yeah, no worries, Justin. No worries, man. Somebody just said put a girl on Fortnite guy, bro. Dude, what is happening? Fortnite guy, lover 69. What is happening, dude? I love y'all. Y'all are hilarious, bro. I think we're gonna take the Nip at the Heels. The blue 3-block that's also the +1 is really solid, and I think it leaves us pretty open for whatever we're looking at here. So what was taken? A generic and or warrior card was taken here. Red Mark of the Black Widow is a really solid card. I also like Fire Tenant Strike First as a solid red to lean into Ninja. This is what my gut's telling me. I also like taking the Headpiece here. Equipment's very important. I think we're going to look at the Fire Tenant Strike First here. There are 2 Ninja cards in this pack, none of which look super promising. We could take the red Throw Yourself at them. Laylo's not a bad card as well. There's a couple of decent assassin cards and a couple decent warrior cards, so we're like signaling pretty heavily here that we are looking at Ninja. So I think we're going to go ahead and take the Leapfrog Gloves, although we are like putting ourselves in a situation where we are less open to getting a danger digits later, so I think that makes it a little bit tough. I don't know. We could take the Throw Yourself at them. I mean, the 1 for 4 basically is really solid. We could also take a Laylo. Laylo's not a bad card at yellow. It's basically like a 0 for 4 is how you have to view it. It's just a split defensive 0 for 4. Let's take the Leapfrog Gloves here and kind of like shore up an equipment piece here. Lava Vein Loyalty is a really good card. All the Ninja cards are in these packs, so it looks like Warrior's drawing up pretty fast, but we do get a Lava Vein Loyalty here, which looks pretty solid. Cinderskin Devotion. Demonstrate Devotion is even better. The Leggings is really good here. Ninja's looking pretty wide open from this point in time. Grow Wings is not bad. I like having the 3-block, if I'm being honest, to 0 for 3, but I think we're going to lean into the 1 for 4 that creates a Fealty token. We could take the 1 for 4 that blocks 3 just because it's better. It really just depends on like how many of the yellow Cut Deep is also a pretty good sign for Warrior as well. Hey, Havoc, what's up, buddy? I think we'll take the Demonstrate Devotion because I would rather have a 1 for 4 that also blocks 3 if I need it to. I think that matters just a little bit more. Hunt the Hunter is a pretty good card. Just as a draconic 1 for 5 that marks our opponent is not bad here. Ready to watch you 3-0 this draft? I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Hunt the Hunter's good. I also like the chess piece here. We could use another blue. We've taken like 1 blue so far. I don't really like either of these as blues, but there's a good chance that one of these wheels around. So I think we're going to take the Hunt the Hunter here just as a good finisher, as a good card to like kind of like end off what we're looking at here. Honestly, all of this is terrible. I think Poison the Blade at red is really bad. I would take a blue one just because it's a good like low cost card. It's a good like blue to have. Hey Kit, what's up, dude? Blood Drop is a 3-block is how we would have to view that. I guess we could take the March of Loyalty here. Like the 0 for 4 is not bad. I think the fact that this is coming around is a pretty good sign for us. So I guess we'll just take the March of Loyalty. There's always a chance it does get Go Again randomly. Could be a thing that comes up. Yeah, this is not great. Yellow Dragon Power is not bad. I also really like the Public Bounty. Public Bounty looks pretty good. Being able to mark our opponents and create fealty tokens could be really solid. I think the Dragon Power is probably just better. Yellow 1 for 6 is probably just a better place to be. So we'll just go ahead and take that. The red Throw Yourself at Them is really the only card. It's kind of weird how fast Ninja dried up here. I don't know. Like, Ninja dried up pretty fast here as we're looking at this. Blue Fire Tenant Strike First is really solid. Like that card a lot. Blue Cut Through could also be good. I guess the Fire Tenant Strike First is always a 0 for 2 with Go Again, and the Cut Through is a potential 0 for 2 with Go Again, so we'll just take this. Just kind of setting up the resource cards here. Yellow Grow Claws is honestly not bad. I don't hate that. I think I like that better than I like the Blue Trap and Release. We have 3 cards that cost 1 already, and we like to have a lot of zeros, so I think that we... this is always a 1 for 4, right? And we can flick daggers, so we're better off to take the Throw Yourself at Them, I think. I don't like taking this card. I mean, getting stuck with a blue, so that blue ended up wheeling, which is really not bad. Like, the fact that it wheeled is pretty solid. Wrath of Retribution right here. I mean... Trot Along is a really good card. Wrath of Retribution kind of just feels like it's where we have to be. Like, I don't know why we wouldn't take this card. Art of the Dragon Fire is definitely not coming around, but I think Wrath is just a better card overall. Yeah. We're also looking for equipment. We have arms, but we need more. Red Grow Claws is pretty solid. We could take the Ninja Defense Reaction with the Lair of the Spider. Could be a solid card. I do think that having the chest... Yeah, I think having like another equipment piece is fine here. I mean, the potential 1 for 5 at red is really solid, but I think we really want to be focused on making sure that we're picking up Draconic cards. Because if you'll notice, we don't have that many Draconic cards here. And our deck's looking a little weird, so I think we need to kind of get some equipment going here. Just kind of make sure that we have the stuff that we need. Prowess of Agility could be something. Lay Low, the Razor Reflex is probably pretty good. I'm thinking that we have chest and arms. We probably just take the headpiece here, although Razor Reflex could be like really, really cool. I really like the idea of like getting somebody with a razor because you can just like snipe people with it randomly. We are taking a 2-block and we have a very good equipment here. I'm going to take the razor here just kind of on a gut feeling. We have 4 blues, 3 that we want before that we could play. The blue Grow Claws could wheel. That or the yellow Tag the Target. Both of those could wheel. And I'm going to be honest, I like either of those cards. Tag the Target is looking like a really good card here. Just a 0 for 3 that marks. Looking really solid. Like just 0 for 3 starters are a really good place to be. For the Drakai is not a bad card, but we already have a 0 for 4. We have a March of Loyalty. I think I'm going to take the Tag the Target. We want to pick up things with Go Again here. Just kind of try and make our deck work. This is not looking great. Yellow Trap and Release is really not where we want to be. We could take the yellow Cut Through. We did not take the 3rd equipment piece. That is right. We took the razor. So we already have a gloves, which means we don't really want this. There's not much in this pack that screams to me. I don't really want another red Throw Yourself at Them. We don't want too many 1-cost cards or cards that like... I mean, like these cards are good, but we want Draconic cards. I think Cut Through is just going to be the best thing we have. A 0 for 3 at yellow with Go Again is not bad. Lair of the Spider, I think looks really good right here. I know that we have a red Grow Wings we could grab, but I think we're better off taking the Lair. The 1 for 5 could also be really good. It could be a really solid card. We have a somewhat okay chance of wheeling the Grow, I think. Maybe the Trap and Release, but The layer could be really solid and adding to our like mid-rangey game plan here that we kind of have going on. So I am going to take the layer. I just think it's a solid card. Blue Dragon Power is insane this late. Fire Tenant Strike First is also really good, but I think I really like the idea of the blue block 3 here. Just like having blues that block for 3 is really solid, and I think really line up with what we're trying to do. The leggings probably going to be our best bet. I mean, don't get me wrong, hot on their heels. Red grow claws is insane, but I really want to make sure that we have all of our equipment slots. Because right now we're looking at 11, 14, 18 playables. And there's like, what, going to be 6 more cards that come through this pack. We're going to have, 6 more cards to pick from. So I think we're going to have plenty of playables here. A Draconic Starter is a good place to be. We're just going to have to make sure that we pick up some blues here. The blue Grow Claws being a 1 for 3 could be pretty solid later in the draft or like later in the games as we're playing them. Prowess of Agility just being a 3 block I think is better than anything else here, if I'm being honest. We could take the yellow. Fortnite guy, can you pass me some Bonjournos, please, bro? I love that everybody's just like twisting their name around here in this draft. I think we're taking the blue 3 block here, the Prowess of Agility. It's probably not going to be the best thing in the world, but it could be pretty good. Red Trap and Release is not bad. We will put the Scuttle over here because I don't really care about somebody getting the Flurry stance, to be honest. I mean, Prowess is unplayable, but it's a blue 3 block. And I do like that about it. So, I mean, what? We have 19, 22 playable cards. We have a chest, a legs, and a gloves. So we need a headpiece, and we need 8 cards we want in our deck. The Prowess might just be unplayable, but I think that a blue 3 block is really solid. I don't know. Like, we could have taken the blue Grow Claws there, but I think the Prowess being a 3 block is important. Not as many Draconics as I would like. So we have Cinder Skin, Dust Runner Outlaw, Hunt the Hunter, Lava Vein Loyalty, March of Loyalty, and then we have a Wrath of Retribution. So there's not a lot of Draconic cards, really. Like, it doesn't. We don't have a lot of Draconic starters here, which is a little scary. Blaze Headlong feels like we have been thrown a bone this late in the draft, if I'm being honest. I wish this was the headpiece. I mean, I think that since we have equipment, we have to like let this go. I know that this feels bad, but I think that Blaze Headlong is like just a free 0 for 4 here. The gloves are fine. Like, we already have the gloves, so I think we can just let the Blade Beckoner Gauntlets go to take the 0 for 4. That works really well with our deck here. Yeah, I really wish it would have came earlier. We would have taken it very early on if it had come earlier. We have 6 blues right now. We have a 7th we can play if we need to. Ronin Renegade just being an absolute like bomb of a starter right here. Just that Draconic 0 for 3. Just absolutely insane here. I mean, our deck doesn't feel very bad. Like, Compounding Anger feels like a really good chain ender here. We don't really need that many more blues, to be honest. We could take 1 or 2 more blues. Mark with Magma is a really good card. As a 1 for 4 with Go Again. I mean, we're probably looking for cards that like have Go Again at this point. How many chain enders do we have? So Hunt the Hunter is a chain ender. March of Loyalty is going to have to be a chain ender. And then, yeah, so we have 2 chain enders is really it. So Compounding Anger could be really solid depending on how this pans out. Because if we have a blue, we can go like Dagger, Compounding Anger after blocking 6. So I don't know. It's pretty good. But I also like Mark with Magma because it gives us the ability to continue our turn and kind of push it together. I think I'm going to take the 1 for 4 that continues our turn here. Could be incorrect, but Red Bloodline is not great. Getting pushed, the Hunt the Hunter and the Silver Talons is absolutely insane. Silver Talons is a great card, but Hunt the Hunter being a 1 for 5 that also marks them is very, very powerful. There's 2 decent ninja cards here. Silver Talons won't will. Nip at the Heels won't will. We're probably looking at yellow tag the target from the rest of this, so I think we'll just take the Hunt the Hunter here. Yellow Silver Talons is looking pretty good. Grow Claws at red, Mark with Magma at red. All of these are looking very, very good. We don't have a ton, like we have a good amount of Draconic cards, but like it's pretty split at this point. So I'm a little skeptical of taking something like Grow Claws. If I want to take anything, it's probably going to be a Mark with Magma. It's a 3-block that also allows us to continue our turn here. To pick up the point could be not a bad pickup in the Yellow Silver Talons. We also have the helmet. That is true. I just saw that Doubt said that the helmet just kind of like passed over here. But I think the headpiece fills out our suite. So that's a pretty good place to be. Burning Blade Dance, absolutely insane to get past this. Like pick 6 in pack 3 feels really good. Burning Blade Dance is just an easy snap here. Blue Trap and Release, blue Poison Blade, yellow Tag the Target. This would give us a 7th blue and 3 yellows if we take this, although there's probably a blue that's going to wheel around at some point. I don't really like Bloodline, though. Like, I don't really like any of these cards. All of this kind of feels bad. We could just take the Tag the Target because it's just a go again card, and yellows and blues are very, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't like this card, but I'm going to take no, I'll listen to you guys. We'll take the Bloodline. We'll listen to what Doubt says. We'll take this. I don't like that, but we will take it. Again, I don't like the Bloodline here. I'm probably not going to take it. The Grow Wings is... No, we have more blues coming around. I mean, I guess we should just take the cards as they come. Tip Off is not a bad 1 for 5. I guess the more blues we have, the better off it's going to look. Lava Vein Loyalty coming back around, looking absolutely insane. Cannot believe that came around. Yo. I mean, all of these things coming back around feels really good. Blue Grow Claws is going to be a great pickup here. Yellow Tag the Target, better than Blue Trap and Release. Yellow Silver Talons, looking solid. And, I mean, this is whatever. So, I mean, we ended up with a pretty good deck here, I think. Like, I think, especially late, we got pretty good cards here, pretty good picks. We'll probably cut some of the blues that we don't want. I don't know which blues we'll cut. We'll probably only end up playing, like... Probably what I'll do is I'll end up on 7 blues and 2 yellows, looking at our list of yellows. So it'll probably be Silver Talons and the Dragon Power will be the 2 yellows that I'll play. And then we'll end up cutting 1 blue here, just to kind of like narrow this whole thing out, like make it look just a little bit better. It's probably how we're going to end up playing this because I like a lot of the reds. We'll also see what kind of reds we have. We have 2 Scuttle the Canals and a Poison Blade we're going to cut. All right, so we're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of this. We have a full suite. So Scuttle the Canal, and we don't want our Poison Blade. Scuttle, Scuttle, Scuttle. Was the other Scuttle red or blue? I can't remember. MR must have been blue. Here it is. All right, so we have 35 cards. We cut Exposed. I don't like that card at all. I do not like Exposed. It doesn't block. I think it's overall just honestly... I don't think I'm the only Syndra. No, I don't think I am. But I think that there's probably one more Syndra at the table if I had to guess, because this is a pretty solid deck. This feels like a pretty good deck. So I think we're only going to keep 2 yellows in. I think it's going to be the Silver Talons and the Dragon Power. The cut through is mediocre. This, like the pick up the point and the tag the target are fine, but they're not great, which means we need to cut 1 blue. So it's going to put us on 7 blues and 2 yellows. There are 3 Syndras. Okay, so yeah, 3 Syndras, which means there's probably... Man, is there 2 Arachnes at the table? God, that's terrifying to think that there might be 2 Arachnes at the table. I mean, this cut through at yellow is probably not the greatest thing ever, right? Because it's like potentially a 0 for 3 with Go Again. But if it gets blocked by equipment, like again, like I've just kind of been getting hosed in most formats by conditional Go Again as of late. and it kind of scares me. I think that Trap and Release is our worst card, if I'm being honest. Like, I think it's just our worst blue. I like that this blocks for 3, and I know that that's not a popular opinion, but I like that. I like having blue 3 blocks. So that leaves us with what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blues. So there's 7 blues, 2 yellows. I mean, I think this is fine on resource cards. We could cut one of our 1-cost reds and bring back in like the yellow cut through so that we have like more resource cards. I am a light mode user, T. I am, dude. I know most people hate me for it, but I am a light mode user. I don't even know who I'm playing. Hopefully they sent me a game. We could cut a bloodline, I guess, if we wanted to. I agree, Jay. I agree. The blue 3 blocks are really good. How many like enders do we have? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 hard chain enders. Is that it, really? I kind of assumed there would be more than that, if I'm being honest. The 2 Hunt the Hunters, the Art of the Dragon Scale, the March of Loyalty. I guess that is like all of the like hard chain enders that we have. I mean, we could be on 8 blues here. Like maybe we want like another blue. Maybe we cut a red Trap and Release. Or maybe we play 1 Throw Yourself at them. I don't know. I like having the reach of Throw Yourself at them. I have really not enjoyed this card and the fact that it blocks for 2. I think I would rather have the yellow cut through in our deck as opposed to that. And I think we're going to try it like this and see how this feels. So we're on 7 blues and 3 yellows. I think this is a better overall feeling for our deck here. Let's see if somebody posted a game. Somebody did post a game. We're playing against Johnny. I don't know who that is, but Johnny, best of luck to you if you're watching the stream, man. I will go second. I will indeed go second. Johnny, if you're watching, best of luck, brother. Let's have a good one. I think it should be a good time here. Oh, man. All right. I mean, we're not changing our deck. We don't have any, like, Arachne-specific cards. We're just going to try and get them here. I think it's going to be the plan, just to try and play good offense here. I guess we'll just leave this on at all times. Wrath is more of a power card. I mean, do we take 1 and keep the Blaze Headlong? I don't know. I have no idea if this is correct or not. No, I'm not going to jam Leapfrog in front of this. Unfortunately, we are going to end up taking 4 here and falling down to 16, and we are going to get marked, which is not going to feel ideal. Hopefully, we draw a good hand to be able to get him with the Wrath of Retribution here. Our hand is not great. We're just going to play Blaze Headlong and ship the Razor Reflex here. Orb Weaver is Stealth gets +3. We're just going to ship the Razor here and just hope that maybe pushing some damage and getting a card or 2 out of their hand is worth it. They can give up their Leapfrog here if they would like to. What does this do? Cost 1 less to play. And we get to mark them. So we do have some options here. Although this is probably just going to end up blocking. Fortunately, this was not the best hand in the world for us. Just kind of a clunker to kind of start here. We're going to fall down to 15 as well. Again, this whole like turn cycle, just kind of feeling awkward, not feeling super clean. Not having a single blue or yellow really to kind of like make our turn work was pretty weird. Banish a card in their arsenal. So that is less than ideal for us. So if we block with Art of the Dragon Scale and 2 pieces of equipment, we might be able to make something happen here. So if I block with Art of the Dragon Scale, and we block with Art of the Dragon Scale, and then we give them gloves, chest, and headpiece here, I guess. No, I guess we'd give them chest, chest, yeah, chest, arms, and we're at least able to put something together here. Also the same reason you went 2-0. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, we'll save the leg piece here. We're going to hope they don't have a reaction. I mean, if they get our Wrath here, it's just going to feel real bad. Yeah, I mean, we back-to-back turns here. We've just kind of had nothing. Our opponent started with all the gas, and we've had nothing to do here. Getting our Wrath of Retribution probably just cost us the game. Like, I'm not even gonna front or play games. We probably just lost after that. So we're going to attack for 2 here. Try to get aggressive. I mean, yeah, our opponent's had a very hot start to this draft so far. Which, I mean, you know, it's fine. It is what it is. I guess we can just throw the Mark with Magma. It's just going to be our play here, and we'll just go in the next turn. I mean, they've clearly got most of their hand here, so they like keeping their hand in what they're doing. Very surprised they're not giving me the red alert pieces. I was like, I would feel like that would be better for you. We can still try to crawl back into this game. We're just going to have to be patient, and we're just going to have to try to look for openings here. But this has been an abysmal start for us. Yep. I mean, down 5 points, and our opponent has 3 cards in hand. So we break the combat chain, and we're just going to pass. I want to keep one of my daggers for next turn. Dagger, Burning Blade Dance, Hunt the Hunter. Seems like not a bad hand. We'll just block the prowess or the pick up the point here. Just play a little bit of defense early on. I'm gonna bank that they can't mark me. We're just gonna take a little bit of a risk here and say that this is just 3. This probably doesn't get blocked if I had to guess, but we'll see how they play it. We are down 8 points. Burning Blade Dance looking pretty good here for us. Hunt the Hunters also looking like a pretty good chain ender here. We do get to mark them. I'm curious to see how highly they value us having the fealty token here. Just going to give me 1 card. Okay, with me creating a fealty token, we will get our other dagger back, and we'll just pass here. Again, just trying to play a little bit of a mid-range game, which I think is fine. Really don't want to let this hit me, but I don't really feel like I have many options. I can block with Cinder Skin Devotion. Actually, we can block Lava Vein Loyalty. I mean, I guess we can block Silver Talons here if we wanted to. Block Silver Talons. This is probably a pump, but we'll block Silver Talons. And then we can... No, I think we're just supposed to block here because we get to go Dagger 3 into activate Syndra to get our other dagger back in Arsenal to layer here. So I think blocking with our 1 for 4 is just fine. I think it's fine. Yo, Pockets, what's up, dude? How are you, brother? Nah, we'll just plan on... I'd rather set up the defense reaction and go to 3. I know that we kind of let them roll into the wheel here, you know, the wheel of doom, it feels like. Because it feels like at this point, like, the Tarantula is really bad for us. Does not feel great from the situation that we're in. They take one. Lava Vein Loyalty. It's just a solid 3-block here. We're going to go ahead and activate to get our other dagger back, and then we'll just arsenal our defense reaction and just set up here and just pass to them. Try to play a little bit of defense here. I mean, realistically, we're blocking with the lair up front, and then hopefully that's it. But, you know, beggars and choosers and all that. Orb Weaver Spinneret is absolutely insane. So this just getting going in is crazy good. Like, this is crazy work right here. We'll block 3. I guess we'll just go ahead and mark them here. Block this out, see how they play it from here. And we have a pretty good hand. I mean, I think we're just forced into saying no blocks and hoping we can go to 2 and live. So we do go to 2 and live. Interesting. I don't think that our turn's going to be enough, if I'm being honest, but I mean, you never know. Tinfoil hatting fab and looking up new career stuff. I mean, dude, not gonna lie, sounds pretty fun to me. Maybe not the career stuff as much, but we do have an armor left to block with. I mean, you're not wronged out, which is pretty cool. And then it's gonna be Ronin Renegade. We did have a couple of like clunky hands at the very beginning that were really rough. Keeping the Blaze Headlong. So we took 4 on turn 0 because of the reaction, which is a little scary. But having the Blaze Headlong and the Wrath in our opening hand and not really being able to do anything with it was pretty bad. That was really not great for us, to be honest. The scary thing is that we're down so many points right now. We're at that point in the game where we're going to have to start blocking, and that's where I don't want to be, because if we have to start blocking, then it means we're going to get into a spot where their daggers are going to be lethal, and like any reaction is just going to kill us, and that does scare me a little bit. Something like this, for example. So you have created a fealty token this turn, which is not going to happen. So our turn would be Fire Tenant, Kunai, throw yourself at them, March of Loyalty, get the daggers back, which is probably not going to be too viable. I think we're just going to have to block with throw yourself at them. And then if they have a 1-for-3 reaction here, I was like, we can throw the legs on the chain. Put us in a decent spot. You could almost play for fatigue, weirdly. I don't think that we can actually play for fatigue here. As much as I would like to imagine that there's a world where that's possible, I just don't think it is. Like, they would have to be out of reactions at this point in time for us to be able to play for fatigue. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible. Like, don't get me wrong, Dave, but I think with like us being down 7 life, I don't think that fatiguing them is going to be a very valid option. I do like that we get to go 3 into 5 here. Like, we get to just have a decent hand. But the problem is, if they have any reactions left, we're just dead to like whatever happens. And we're like forced into blocking almost everything, which I don't like. Like, do we want to block this, or do we just want to let this through? Because we could go like tag Kunai. Like, I think we have to let this come through. Sadly, I think we have to go to 1. Like, if we block 2, technically we can play around the reaction. We can technically block 2 and play around like the 2 sides of the blade pump. We're gonna block 3. So this is where it turns into a problem for us. Because I'm forced to block with cut through, arsenal to tag the target, and then I think this is where they're going to run us out of cards. Okay, so they just had it the whole time. It's weird that they waited so long. I don't know why they waited so long. I mean, I guess technically it's probably just correct. But even if they just Arsenal there, they're going to have one card left in their deck, and we're going to have one card left in our deck. I just think that our clunky hands at the very beginning of the game were just kind of awkward. I don't know. Was not great. What was the last react in their deck? I don't know. I didn't see anything after that. Like I didn't really check their deck too much after that, to be honest, Dave. Hey, Leovold, what's up, buddy? Let's see. We'll get another game going here. Yeah, the all red hand was really tough. Let's see. Draft. I like to name my decks based off like what I'm doing with them, so we're just gonna name them like pretty straightforward here, like draft and the date, so that I can go back and look at them and kind of see what I was looking at. Maybe there's already. I guess we'll post an 0-1 game. I mean, you never know. Somebody might want to play. I mean, I want to try, right? Like, I want to try and look for like an 0-1 game. Actually, that's wrong. I have to make a private game, right? So it's going to be limited, private. And we're going to post the game and see if anybody wants to play here in a minute. A lot of people join the next draft queue the second that they lose, so I don't even know if we'll get another game. Oh, wow, we did. Cool. But yeah, Leovold, I'm going to be honest. I'm feeling pretty confident about CC. Draft is like one of the things I'm trying to shore up here. But I feel pretty confident in my CC deck. I've really been enjoying Aurora over the last couple months. She feels pretty clean. So I feel pretty good going into the event. But I mean, you know, anything can happen, man. How about you? How are you feeling for your first PT? So we just have a good hand. Are we supposed to go Fire Tenant Strike first into Blaze Headlong for 5? Or are we just supposed to like Arsenal and pass here and keep our cards in our hand? I mean, we have a decent hand to like block with depending on what they do. I don't know. Yeah, T, I'll be at the PT. Are you going, buddy? Are you going to be playing? Hey, Waves, what's up, dude? My day's been good, man. How about yours, brother? You been doing okay? Yeah, I think we're just going to Arsenal and pass here. We have a pretty good hand. I'd rather just set up for next turn. Yep, nice, dude. That's awesome, man. We'll have to hang out. Be good to see you, buddy. I haven't seen you forever, man. Can't remember the last time I saw you, actually, T. Can't remember the last time I saw you. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember. My brain's not braining right now. I guess we'll just go ahead and... Actually, you know what? I don't want to block here. I want to block the next one, right? Like, I'd rather just wait and block the next one. I mean, it's true. They do have cards that are like no blocks, but I think it's fine, right, to just wait. So the line is going to be Fire Tenant, Dagger, Blaze Headlong, Lava Vein Loyalty 1 for 5. We could always block with a Lava Vein Loyalty and save the next Dagger for next turn. So we'll just say no blocks here and see what they do. It would be nice if we left him on a clunker. I mean, the fact that, like, this is, like, basically, like, +2 is, like, pretty bad reaction here for our opponent. Not great. Emma Frost is a Vanguard. Yeah, was there new... I saw people talking today about, like, the things that are changing and stuff like that, but I didn't know if, like... I guess we can just play offense with this, right? Like, we're already here. We might as well. Yeah, we just gave him a fealty. Fealty blocking would have been worthless, basically. So I really like our decision tree that we just made there. Being able to crack back for a ton is a really solid play. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, I know that I saw people talking about Marvel Rivals in the Discord earlier, but I don't know what changes are coming. I've been so busy at work, man. I haven't really been paying attention to much, to be honest. But dude, I'm excited that there's cool new changes. Like Emma Frost is going to be put in the game. That's cool. Wait, Vanguard. Is Vanguard tank or is Vanguard healer? I can never remember the names of this stuff, dude. So it's going to be dagger for 2. Is there any world? No, right? We can't let this chain go. I was going to say, can we break the chain, play Blaze, play Lava Vein, and then play this to get the daggers back? To get the dagger back? We could, but I'd rather just go all in here. Rather just get aggressive, I think. Strategist is healer. See, I get so confused on the names. I think I could have prepped better, spent the majority of my time working on a CC deck and ended up scraping it entirely after subpar performance at RTNs. That's fair, man. I get that. It's tough, man. It's tough to like find a deck that you want and love, right? You know, like that's a tough thing to figure out for sure. I think since we have the dagger, we'll just throw the 1 for 5 here to end the turn and just arsenal the Lava Vein loyalty. I think this is fine. Like we've already taken 2 cards out of our opponent's hand. I'm pretty comfortable just like throwing some damage, setting up another 5-card hand, and just passing. This hand feels really, really good. I mean, part of me thinks we're just supposed to block with the Prowess of Agility here, because there's probably something they're going to play. It is just a 3 block, and then we get to go Ronin. It's going to be Dagger, Mark with Magma, Lava Vein Loyalty, activate Syndra, Arsenal the Ronin Renegade. I think is going to be our play here. Still struggling with picking a deck. I mean, I get it, man. Like, picking a deck sometimes can be tough, you know? I get it, dude. I understand. I'm still struggling. Let's see. Want and love and doesn't lose to love. Wait. Want and love and doesn't lose to everything. Oh, you're talking about Aurora. That's funny. So we'll just go ahead and lead on the dagger here. We could have an interesting turn where we could like throw Fire Tenant Strike first, Ronin Renegade, Lava Vein Loyalty, and then Arsenal the Mark with Magma, but I don't think that's correct. We'll play the Mark with Magma to try and set up like a fealty token here, try to get something going. But I like keeping the Ronin Renegade and just setting up 5-card hands. How many subs for a commoner stream with liquor? All right, Wave. So we got to get specific here. Like how like when you say liquor, like, you know, you got to, when we talk liquor, you got to get a little bit more specific here. Commoner would be a blast. I actually would like to play commoner because I think one of our local stores is, you know, trying to start a like, you know, Flesh and Blood like league for like kids. And I think it would be really cool to do something like that, you know, to get like more of the youth into the game, like, and just like playing card games in general, I think would be really fun. So I need to learn Commoner a little bit more. I mean, we're just no blocks to the moon here, right? Because we're just living in a world where we're just going to try and do the whole thing. So it's Ronin Renegade, Wrath of Retribution, pitching the blue. This is fine. I'm just going to let this happen. LOL, Havoc. I was pretty locked on new, but it was more, do I want CYB or not? When I leaned into sideboard pieces for, now I'm basically copying Hamilton and crossing my fingers. I mean, I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of people who are like very doom and gloom about new in the current metagame and like, you know, what she can and can't do and stuff like that. And I think everybody's just a little bit too doomy, you know, for me, if I'm being entirely honest. Like, I think everybody's just a little bit too doom and gloom for me right now when it comes to the whole thing, if I'm just being real. Like, I think that New's in a better spot than most people realize. Wrath of Retribution puts us in a pretty good spot, I think. How many subs for a commoner stream with liquor? Man, what a question. You want young children to play commoner with alcohol? Bro, Waves out here, dude. I mean, if we're talking like me just like drinking and like, you know, like taking shots every now and again and like just kind of hanging out and like drinking for fun, probably not that many. Because I mean, like the whole thing about behind the New Year's Eve stream is like, you know, like it's always very clear that I'm going to get messed up during that stream, you know? So I'm always a little bit more skeptical of stuff like that. I love how free this is. This having go again is crazy here. Wanted feedback on something. Do you think Commoner or CC with Commoner rarity rules is better for new people coming into the game? I love Commoner being shorter games, but CC. So I wish that there was a world where like you could play like kind of what you're talking about with Commoner like policies, like, you know, like rarity like classes of Commoner, but also like having like, yeah, Commoner, like CC Commoner for new, like, would be ideal for new players. I think that would be an ideal situation. Hopefully this hand's not too bad. I mean, we're just gonna go for the kill here. Like, the Razor is just lethal if they don't have anything. Yeah, I think if we don't have such an awkward start last game, I think we're actually in a decent spot to do well that game. I'm going to go ahead and jump in the next queue here, just so we can have another queue going. But I mean, I don't know, like 1-1 is fine. We'll wait for the next queue to pop up here. I don't know. Hey, Nate, what's up, dude? My turn was actually insane. I agree. My turn was like actually like crazy bonkers cracked. I'm just going to go ahead and drop out of this here. But I mean, let's see. Let's change the name. We're going to go 1-1 because the only time I'm ever going to play the third game when I'm drafting is when I am looking for the 3-0. But I don't know. If only CC was affordable, dude, Drew, it's actually one of my biggest issues with Flesh and Blood as a whole. I actually talk about that in this week's podcast episode. This week's podcast episode by me and Kyle is about CC, and it's about Flesh and Blood, and we talk about price and things and all kinds of different stuff. So I don't know. This deck doesn't seem that bad. I think this is a 2-1 deck. I've drawn a 3 blue hand every draft game today, 8 to 10 blues. Oh man, Nate, that's tough, dude. That's tough. All right, hopefully somebody's already created the game. I'm going to be honest. I'm not nobody has created the game yet. I'm just kind of chilling and waiting until we see somebody post the game. But I mean, yeah, I think that deck could have easily been a 2-1. And if you want the truth, when I draft, you know what? I will plug it for you. Let's go. Be sure to check out Kyle and I's podcast here. It should pop up here. Is the restream? Yeah, there it is. Looks like the restream bot working. But yeah, no, we have a podcast where we just kind of talk about video games and life and, you know, kind of everything. So, man, if you guys want to check it out, I would love to have you guys check it out. It's on both YouTube and Spotify. So, love for you guys to check it out and watch it. We talk about some pretty funny stuff. Both are easy to listen to in the background. Thanks, Pockets. I appreciate it, dude. Or Bradley, should I say? I appreciate it, Pockets. It means a lot, dude. Let's see. So we're 1-1 so far in our draft games. We had a 1-1 Syndra deck so far is kind of where we're at. Ugh, nobody's creating the queue. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dakan. I don't know. Whoever you are, thank you. Thank you. A human being of culture that I'm much appreciative for being able to create the draft queue here. My man said ew. I call him his name and he says ew. I love it, dude. Hopefully we can get I mean, I feel like we're reading signals better when it comes to drafting and being open. You know, I have noticed that like you all being in the chat and like kind of helping point things out is like actually kind of helping me. Because the last couple times we've drafted, I've actually been able to go back and like pause it and look at the packs and see what you all are saying. Now I remember what I pick obviously in a lot of those situations, but you know, seeing what you all think about certain picks and stuff like that has been very helpful for me. So I don't know. Because my goal, like obviously my goal is to go 8-0 on day one, but my goal is to 2-1 draft is like the big goal. Blaze Headlong is a very, very good pack one, pick one because it leaves me open in 2 classes. I also like the Leapfrog Gloves. Under the Trapdoor is really, really solid. Did you watch competitive drafts too? Yeah, I really like watching comp drafts. Under the Trapdoor feels like a really good pick here. Just sets me up well into Arachne. We're not passing anything super crazy. Actually, if we take the Under the Trapdoor here and we do end up passing the Blaze Headlong, we put ourselves in a situation where we're telling them that we are not on either of Draconic Heroes. And so it's like very easy for them to pick this up. So I think we're just taking the Under the Trapdoor here. Yeah, let's see. I mean, starting point's not bad. Hey, Slurp, what's up, dude? We're doing this through the Runaways Discord with this. So we're going to take the Under the Trapdoor here. I think it's going to be a very, very good pick to start off with. Cut from the same cloth, Plunge, the headpiece, Red Incision, Mark of the Funnel Web is looking really good. I think we have quite a few cards here that are looking solid. I like the idea of Cut from the same cloth. Your next dagger attack gets +4 this turn. Cut from the same cloth feels like a great card to have, although the Plunge from the Prospect is probably our best card to take here. Passing Mark of the Funnel Web does scare me a little bit because we're kind of signaling with Incision and that it's pretty open. There's just too many good cards here, I think. I think we're going to take the Plunge the Prospect, though. Yo, Trent, what's up, dude? I don't know. Cut from the same cloth is insane, right? This is just a 0 for 4. And we get to mark them. I'm taking the Cut from the same cloth. I think this card's too good to not take. We get a red Plunge the Prospect immediately. Extinguish the Flames. Trot Along's very good in this pack. Oh, man. Red Plunge the Prospect is looking really good. I really like the being able to come in for 5 when you are actually in the based hero text box. So I like the idea of Plunge the Prospect. Trot Along is also a great blue, but we're going to take Plunge the Prospect. I think it's easier to find blue. I think it's easier to find blue assassin cards late than it is of any other class. So we're going to take Incision here. Just a dagger buff is really good. The red Backstab is not bad, but I would rather take the Incision. I think it fits a lot better into what we're trying to do. Red Pick Up the Point is good. Plunge the Prospect at yellow is actually not bad. I like blue Reaper's Call. Being able to get our dagger back, having some of this recursion can be really solid. Red Cut Deep tells me that there's not a lot of people playing Warrior at the current moment, but I think that we're probably just going to look to take the red Pick Up the Point here. Bunker Beard is an option, but I don't know that I like that. I actually, you know, it's funny, Pockets. Somebody told me the other day that I should never draft up 6 and run, that card's terrible. And I'm very surprised to hear somebody say that, but somebody did tell me that the other day. And I don't know how I feel about that. I like the Pick Up the Point here just as a good attack. Dagger Retrieval feels really solid. Scuttle is really good. Nip at the Hills is solid. I think we're going to take Scuttle, just being able to like give go again. I hate passing these really good blue 3 blocks that could work out really well for us. Mark of the Funnel Web is solid. Yellow Incision's not bad. Defang the Dragon is just a red attack that we could have in the deck. Take a Stab, Pick Up the Point. Blue Take a Stab. Actually, we're taking the headpiece here, right? Like, we're just taking the headpiece here looking at this. Mark of the Black Widow at blue is pretty good. I like this quite a bit. Another headpiece feels kind of bad. Mark of the Prey. Just a blue 3 block. Seems okay. I'm kind of okay with having 9 blues in my deck, if I'm being honest. Like 9 to 10 blues in my Arachne deck feels okay to me. I think this deck is looking pretty good so far. You know, we have a couple of like the pump. We have, you know, some pretty good attacks. The Incision is looking really solid. Pick Up the Point, I guess. Just more recursion. Gives me more ability to like break my daggers pretty aggressively. Take the Throw Yourself at them. I don't know that I like that. And then Take a Stab at blue is just better than Poison Blade, I think. Plus, Take a Stab is like also like a reaction that we can like buff up our daggers with. And then this card not looking very good for us. I don't know. That did not feel like as good as I wanted. We got some pretty good cards. We have 1, 2, 3. We got 3 copies of stealth cards. We're probably looking to pick up at minimum 6 more. I would like 7 more. But we're also looking to pick up some more good pumps. Like I would like a 2 Sides of the Blade. I don't know. There's a lot of good things we could pick up. Scar Tissue is really good. I like the Pudding Context. We have some good blues already that I'm looking at. Plunge the Prospect is probably one of the best cards here. We could take the up 6 and run. I've been trying to not play that card to see how I feel about it. I think we're going to take the Plunge the Prospect. Just that extra buff when you're attacking is really, really good. We actually have not seen any defense react or traps for our Under the Trapdoor, so I really like this idea. Yeah, we'll take Hunted or Hunter here. I think like Mark of the Black Widow red is also really good, but I want to make sure we have reactions for our Trapdoor, just as something to do. Lair of the Spider also looking really good. Yellow Public Bounty could be a pretty good wheel card if it comes back around. I also like the blue Bite if we come back to it. Blue Nip at the Hills looking solid. Mark of the Prey. I mean, I don't hate Mark of the Prey at red. We only have 3, and I said we need to take so many of them this time around. Yo, red Mark of the Black Widow is actually insane. Yeah, I like taking this a lot here. I think the red Mark of the Black Widow is just actually cracked. If the blue Bite wheels, I would be pretty happy. I would be pretty happy with the blue Bite wheeling around. Red Backstab is okay. It doesn't feel great. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 right now, and we have 4 blues, so we want to make sure that we're getting another blue here. I think we'll take this actually here. I actually like having the Backstab, I think. The red Backstab seems fine. We've picked up 2 traps in really nice spots. We're also lacking on equipment. So if equipment comes around that we can take that's playable, we'll probably just start snapping it up here. We didn't take the Bunker Beard earlier because we already have a headpiece. There's no reason for us to. Leggings. Pretty quick snap here. The leggings are good. I do like the Mark of the Black Widow at blue, but there's actually a chance that wheels. The leggings probably don't come around. Plunge the Prospect looking really good. Defang the Dragons, another really good card. We have a few really good options here. Plunge the Prospect is solid. I like this card a lot. Like, we already have 2 red Plunge the Prospects, which, I mean, it's just damage, but still, like, it's a great card. I think we'll take the Defang the Dragon here just as a way to have, like, an extra effect into, like, different heroes that we could potentially use to punish them with. Blue Mark the Prey is looking pretty good, I think. I think blue Mark the Prey is pretty solid. We could take the red Reaper's Call, but I really like the idea of the blue Mark the Prey. We are only on 4 blues so far, so taking another blue 3 block looks really clean for us here. We also have a really interesting deck because we've not really been forced into taking a lot of yellows so far, which I really like. I have a bunch of messages. Oh, it's Drew and Trent are messaging back and forth, it appears. Yo, guys, thanks for being here and hanging out tonight. Appreciate y'all chilling with me while we are drafting tonight. None of this is playable. What card do we not want to play against? Yellow Public Bounty is actually pretty sweet. I like being able to mark them. Cards that mark them are really good. Yellow Bite is actually okay. Scar Tissue, I mean, this is like a buff, right? It's not bad. 2 sides of the blade really stands out to me. Man, I really like this a lot. The chest piece is looking good, but we do not have enough of the buff effects. So how many buffs do we have? We have Incision and this front buff of +4. So I think the 2 sides of the blade is looking really clean here. Let's see. This is not bad. The Stains of the Red Back is not a bad card to pick up here. Red Bite is another really good one. I like being able to flick daggers. We have 2 red pick up the points right now, so finding cards like this could be good. But I also think that this blue 3-block is just really clean here. There's multiple blues or yellows in this pack that I think could will for us, so I think we're going to take the Red Bite here. Devotion Never Dies. That's interesting. Ninja feels wide open in this draft, which it did last time too, so I don't know. That's really weird. I think we'll take the Trot Along here. Nathaniel. Good lord. Scar Tissue could be fine, but I think Trot Along's just going to be a good one here. It's a good card at like giving us Go Again off of like our base stuff here, so I don't hate the idea of having that. All this feels really weird. Don't like any of this, to be honest. Blue up 6 and run could be good, but we already have some retrieve, so I think we're better off at just taking a blue that actually does something. Take a Stab, maybe? Just as like extra buff effects, I guess. We don't have enough pumps, really. We have Leggings and Head, which is like really all that's come around. It feels kind of bad. I guess the Incision is our best card here. It's +2, and it's a yellow, so it works as resources if we need it to. Yeah, we are not getting the equipment we wanted here, which feels pretty bad. Mark of the Prey seems pretty good. Probably better than Scuttle, right? A yellow especially, I think. I know that yellows and blues are pretty interchangeable in this format, so we just need to make sure we have enough resource cards. Obviously, the more blues we have, the better, but I think that yellows are also pretty good in this format. I'm really hoping we can pick up at least one more equipment piece here. Was there Red Alert Gloves there? I didn't see Red Alert Gloves. It was just the Vow of Vengeance in that last pack, right, Leovold? Am I missing the Red Alert Gloves? I don't see them anywhere in this pack that we were just looking at here. Were they in the one before that? So we have a headpiece. We need the chest piece. It's that or yellow Scuttle. So, I mean, now I need to find an arm piece if we can, which seems very unlikely. The +1 is unlikely to get them, I think, but I do like the idea of having... They say yellows and blues are interchangeable, but I've got to be honest, it rarely feels that way. You took the yellow Incision pack. Okay, I guess if there were Red Alert arms, I just completely skipped over them. I think from where I end up playing Ninja more than I play anything because it always seems so open, a lot of the times when I see stuff like that, I just kind of like my brain doesn't like always pick it up. But yeah, the Red Alert Gloves would have been great, especially over like a yellow Incision for sure. But don't get me wrong, the yellow Incision's a good 3-block, but it would have been much better to have there. Oh man, can tell I've been sitting in a chair. So we have to like go to like what's called the command center when we do these like go live projects at work. And so like we're just sitting in this little tiny room at a cubicle all day, and I can tell. The blue public bounty could have been okay, but I think the yellow 3-block is just better there. Technically, yellow cut through is a playable card, but... I guess it's a yellow if we need resources. I don't really know how I feel about this card. And I guess we'll just hate this so nobody else has the extra headpiece there. And then I'd rather hate the yellow. Yeah. I mean, I feel like we ended up with an okay deck. It didn't seem too bad. Be curious to know how many of each hero there was in this deck. I don't really feel like looking through it, actually, to be honest. It is what it is. However many heroes there were. I do hate that I missed out on the extra arm slot there that I just kind of like like apparently just like completely glossed over. Would be really nice to have that extra arm slot at this point in time. Get rid of this. I don't think I really want this in my deck, to be honest. Some of these cards are probably just going to get cut. Like some of them, like we took because like we had nothing else to take, but some of these cards will probably just get cut. The Diced. I think everything else is technically playable. I do like that we have 5 Mark of the Praise, if I'm being honest, because I feel like that could end up being pretty good. Yeah, everything in our deck is playable, so we got to find 3 cards to cut. I'm cutting the yellow Bite. I don't like that. The yellow Cut Through, I'm skeptical on. I think the Scar Tissue is probably just better, right? And then is there a blue we don't want here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 blues and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellows. I mean, so that leaves us with what? 16 reds at this point? I should have taken the arms, Jody. We definitely should have taken the arms at that point. I just completely, like, just right over my head, dude. We could cut the yellow public bounty, but I'm worried we won't have enough ways to, like, mark them and, like, kind of make things happen here. I do like the 2 pick up the points. I think Pleasance to Prospect. I think all these things are good. We have some pretty good cards here. We do have to remember that Cut from the Same Cloth is a dagger. Your next dagger gets +4. I really like this as card marks, but it's only really good when we're playing offense. Maybe we cut one of the Defang the Dragons because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So technically we have 10 red stealth cards the way it's set up. Maybe we cut the yellow public bounty. Maybe we cut a... Cut a yellow take stab. We'll play it this way. I don't know. We'll see. We will see how it goes. I wonder if somebody's already hit me with a deck link. I don't even know who I'm playing. Probably should have checked, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't catch who I was playing, so I honestly don't know. And right now it looks like I'm playing Nathaniel, and apparently that's not it because he posted like @J or whoever. So I truly don't know if I'm playing like Pips or who I'm playing. Yeah, I don't know who I'm supposed to play. Yeah, Tywin is @Dakin. So there was a person missing over here. So maybe I'm supposed to play Pips. And it doesn't tell me. I don't know. I'm going to give it a second. Oh, I'm playing Matt W. That's fun. Oh, Matty Matt. Good luck and have fun, friend. We did take the extra headpiece here, but I mean, I think that's fine. We took that mostly just so like other people weren't having equipment there at the end of the game, which I'm pretty okay with. Matt W is going to cook me again. Don't worry, I'm ready for it. We're ready to see what happens here. I don't think there's anything I would rather have over the cards that I have in my deck currently. Me going first, I think ultimately is not a great thing, but you know, it is what it is. Maybe we draw a hand that has a like a 0 for 3. Hey Matt, what's up, buddy? Nobody dropped. Somebody just like left out of the thing. So I don't think there's a buy actually. Man, the Blade Beckoner is so good. So Matt's basically just starting like at 22. Let's see. I mean, we actually have the joy of if one of these hits, we can mark Matt and then buy it back next turn with a pick up the point, which is not bad. I don't hate that, to be honest. I do not hate that. I do like taking cards out of his deck, though. Just kind of forcing Matt into an awkward spot could be pretty good for us, I think. Yeah, Matt blocks, which I think ultimately is a good decision. And then I think we'll just go ahead and throw this, to be honest. I mean, it's fine. Like, it's just extra damage. And if Matt's willing to take 3 points of damage here, then I'm willing to just let it happen. So we'll just go ahead and push. We traded 1 card for 3 of Matt's, which I think is ultimately a W for us. It's not what I wanted. We're just trying to pass. I mean, this hand's not bad. So we can actually pitch the Mark of the Prey to play Public Bounty and then come in with Defang the Dragon here for 6. The fact that Matt's thinking so hard about this means that there's probably a little bit of a clunker on his side. I could be wrong. It's hard to tell sometimes. We're just going to say no blocks. I would like to Arsenal my Hunted or Hunter here, but he'd cut the bounty. Jody, I think you're a little behind, buddy, but I really like the Public Bounty, to be honest. I think the Public Bounty is a really good card in this deck. So this is going to be coming in for a ton, as they would say. I think I'm willing to take a little bit of damage here and Arsenal this. I hate to fall down to 13 this early, but so this is going to be for 6 on hit draw card. Which, because it's for 6, maybe we're supposed to just like throw the Hunted or Hunter last turn just to try and block a little bit more efficiently. But I like the idea of arsenaling this. Jody is actually in the future watching your next draft. I mean, listen, we could miss another arm. You're not wrong. It is possible. We could miss another arm. So Matt's willing to give up 3 pieces of equipment here. I mean, if we had a reaction, we still would have come over the top by 1, so I don't really understand. We're going to say no blocks and see how Matt plays this. LOL, Jody. That's hilarious, dude. I love that. Yeah, you were commenting, and I was like, I think Jody's behind here, but that's funny. Welcome. I'm glad you're with us now, man. Glad you're hanging out with us. We are going to play this. I mean, it just covers up 3, and we get to deal a damage to... Or I guess technically Matt loses the life. It's not the same thing. We will block with the... Trot along here. I mean, 2 for 6 is not bad, right? Block 3, take 3, go to 9. We'll just go ahead and fall down to 9 here. We will go ahead and play Cut from the Same Cloth. I really like this card because it gives me the ability to see Matt's hand and what he's cooking with here. Let's see. We'll just read over here. So we have a cut from the same cloth. Oh no, we're revealing this. We have a. I was like, yeah, I guess he could play this. Sizzling Still, Cut Deep, Brothers of Flame, and Sizzling Still. So not a super good hand here for Matt, to be honest. It's not the best hand in the world here. I love that this is coming in for 6 because Matt is marked. We're just like trying to get aggressive here with the dagger. So blocks with Brothers of Flame and Sizzling Still. That would leave him with a Cut Deep and a Sizzling Still. I do not think it's worth it here to destroy my dagger. And then we'll just go ahead and arsenal this and set up here. Suit of Iron, block 1 with modular, and Blade Break. That would be kind of cool. I guess we could arsenal this, right? I don't know. It feels like we might as well just go ahead and throw it at Matt. We might get another card out of his hand. I guess we'll just go ahead and break one of the daggers here. I mean, yeah, like we've already let this happen, so it doesn't have any effect of by us marking him this turn, but it feels like we might as well. Matt's probably just going to fall down to 14. So he has a Sizzling Still in hand. We're just going to block 6 here. So this is going to bump this up to 9. I'm not going to do this, but we are going to give our layer of the spider here. Thought this was going to bump it up to 9? Oh, it was at 5. It was at 5, so it did give it +3. It would be pretty cool. I do like that idea, Pockets. That would be pretty cool. So we get to go ahead and mark Matt. And then we get to cover this up. Curious to know if Matt's going to attack again. It's like, no, probably just going to set up that Sizzling Still if I had to guess. The fact that Matt is marked means we get to attack for 5 total here, which feels pretty clean. We could just flip and we could just pass and try to flip into the void or flip into whatever the hell it's called. But I think I would rather get the value here from just being able to come in for 5. I don't know. Maybe arsenaling this is just better. I mean, ideal situation is that Matt blocks with 2 cards and we just get to roll in the next turn. Would be an ideal situation, but seems highly unlikely. Matt's probably just willing to take 2 here. We are going to break the combat chain. We're just going to pass. Okay, we got to think about this one for a second because we discard this and then we get to get, I guess we want the layer of the spider here. And then we can throw a dagger, give the dagger +3, and then come in for 4. Where are you practicing draft? It's in the Runaways Discord. It's in the Runaways Discord. We're going to say no blocks here. We're probably giving up our equipment this turn. We know that Matt has the Sizzling Still in Arsenal. So this is going to go to 4. Actually, we're going to give the headpiece here. What I'm willing to give up here is the headpiece. So we are going to add the headpiece here. We're going to go ahead and use under the trapdoor. We're going to get layer of the spider. And then we're going to play layer of the spider and we're going to mark Matt. Yeah, so there's a website. It's called Draftmancer. It's in the Runaways Discord. Lord, I'd love to have you in my Discord. Come hang out with us, buddy. I was like, please, you know, don't misunderstand. Love to have you come hang out, but it's not actually in my Discord. It's in the Runaways Discord. I can try to get you a link to it here in just a minute. Yeah, so this is the +4, right? Yeah, so we're gonna say no, no, and then I'm gonna say yes. So we're currently blocking 1, taking 5, going to 4. And then Matt's just going to arsenal and set up for next turn. We're going to throw the dagger. Actually, is that wrong? Am I just supposed to throw this for 4? I do like coming in for 4 and just having the react here. After today, he's going to be Matt L. Trent, that's amazing. I cannot wait to tell him that we said that, dude. What does this mean? Is he willing to just give up a card from his hand here? I mean, we get go again, and he gets a card from it. We get a card from his hand. I'm intrigued by his decision making. Yeah, that's fine with me. I'm gonna arsenal the 2 sides of the blade here. So we're going to keep the incision and the mark of the prey. So this is going to go up to 4. So we are going to add the legs, and we're going to say no on the chest. Is there any world we're just supposed to block with the incision here? I mean, I like the mark of the prey. I think this hand's pretty good. We can just keep this, right? Like, I'm pretty willing to just make this exchange here with Matt. Because I feel like these, like, turn cycles back and forth are slowly favoring me. But, I mean, I don't know. It depends on what Matt has in his deck. He could have a lot of really powerful cards left. Oh, being at 4, you know, with him having this many cards in deck is not great. I am not going to break this, actually. But I am going to come in with a mark of the prey. What's in his arsenal? We're going to give this +3. And when it hits, we're going to like uber mark you here. So we're going to roll into the void here, which is looking pretty cool, I think. Funnel Web is +3. We can block 6. We're currently taking 1. If he has something that gives it +3, we would throw our we're dead to the 1 for 4. I don't really know what else we're doing with this hand, though. Yeah, we're dead to a 1 for 4, but I think this is how it's got to be right now. So we would take this and go to 2. I don't like being at 2. We're just going to attack and get our dagger back. This is our last recursion piece because we already played one. Yeah, there is a 1 for 4, I think. I think there's a 1 for 4 on the first chain link. Is it? Oh, it's the Majestic, I guess, but it deals with fealty tokens, I think. So I mean, even if we end up losing this game, it's been a pretty good one. We're not going to destroy this. There's no reason to have him marked going into next turn. A lot of 2 blocks in this hand scares me. Okay. So the fealty is fine. He's going to play the red 0 for 3 and then attack with the dagger for 4. Is what I think's going to happen here. Yeah, you have to have the hero ability online for Hunson, which makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so it's Sworn Vengeance. Okay, so if I block 5, if I block with Backstab and Take a Stab, we're blocking 5, which means if he has a 0 for 2, like if it's a firm loyalty, I would throw the chess piece up here. The thing that I worry about here is that we might just slowly be getting fatigued at this point. Because if Matt lets this hit, we will break our dagger. We do want to mark him and then be able to go into the void. There's not, or the, what's it called? The brood. I keep calling it the void for some reason, but it's the brood. So we'd roll into the brood and there's not really a defensive option we want at this point. I'm going to be honest, I don't even remember what all the 6 Arachnes are. I think if we shows them as tokens. Yeah, there's not really, like, the trapdoor one would have been fine earlier, but there's nothing we want now. I am willing to break the dagger to flip. I do like that we have our chess piece left. The Spider-Verse. I like that too. I like that too. Okay. So right now we're looking at 6 go again. I would like to be able to keep a 1-card hand of Defang the Dragon this turn. I think we have to block 6 and hope that there's like not like if it's like a pledge fealty or something, I think is what we're having to hope for here. Matt not playing a reaction there might mean he might not have any other reactions here. What is cut deep? +2. Think we have to block like this and hope it's enough. If we block with the Defang Dragon, we just lose here, right? Yeah. I don't think there's a world we block with the Defang Dragon and we get there, right? I mean, if we block with Take a Stab into Fang Dragon, his 2 cards are Public Bounty and Cut Deep. So we have 4 block, and then he's going to attack for 4, which means we block with a card. One of these go to 1. We pitch our blue to attack with Dagger, put Matt to 1, and then his last card, he throws Dagger at us to kill us. So we lose there. We had to play around it. We had to play around it there. Yeah, that was a close game. I mean, honestly, considering how poorly that game started for us, I'm not really upset about losing that one. Matt's here just to talk shit. I love it, dude. I love it. Matt, it was a good game, brother. I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed our game, fam. Let's see. We'll get an 0-1 game in against Nate. See if we can get a 1-1 here. We'll play against Nate since he's hanging out in our draft queue here. We'll see if we can get a 1-1 here. I mean, yeah, we have like our deck that we want to be playing. We don't want to cut any of our cards. Is there a... That's right, Matt, keep the W, Sag. Told you Matt W would cook you. You did call it. You did call it before the game started. Although I can tell you, I've been cooked playing Flesh of Blood, and if that's what we consider cooked, then I'll take those losses any day of the week, fam. I'll take those losses any day of the week. We'll see how he's deciding to sideboard. Oh, my Dagger attack would have been for 2. Oh, wow. Okay, so no, that's good, though. It's good to know that we could have gotten there. So if we... Since he's marked, if we block with both cards from hand, he comes in for 3, right? Or no, he comes in for 4. We block a card, arm piece. We come in for 2 and get his last card, and we win the game. Yeah, so I should have played around it. Should have played around it. Yep. Nope. Good catch, Luminars. Thank you for pointing that out. That's a good thing to keep up with there. That if we'd played around the Pledge Fealty or like the Proclaim Vengeance, we actually win that game. Okay. It's a good note. If it's something that I do wrong, we can work on it. If we just lost because we lost, then it is what it is. But if it's something that I can work on, then that's a positive for us. It means it's something I can take and we can try to be better with moving forward. Oh, all right. Let's update the record there after that game. We are 1-2 now. Matt W giving us the business. We're gonna refresh here because I don't know what Nate is doing. Although I have to say he does have a danger digits, which I think is pretty good. Danger J just looking really good in Syndra. Honestly, Danger J just really good in either Syndra or Arachne, but Nate really taking his time here. I don't know what the heck he's thinking about, but I wish he'd do it faster because I want to draft one more time. We're going to keep the Mark of the Black Widow because we'd like to get a card from Nate's hand. We'd like to mark him and then throw 4 at him here to kind of make him think a little bit here for next turn. If we have the ability to. And then Nate passes, sure. So let's go Mark. Let's pitch Mark of the Prey to come in with our dagger here. No blocks, huh? I mean, yeah, we might as well. We'll just go ahead and play it. We could pitch. We could say, like, no reactions and then just attack with the other dagger here just to try and get value. But I think just coming in for 3 is a good play. I mean, Lair of the Spider does make that a little bit worse. But it's okay. We still have... We can still pitch our Plunge the Prospect to be able to get another dagger swing in here. So it's not exactly like it's the end of the world for us. Plus, we got the go again reaction out on the dagger, which I think is a massive W for us. We will destroy this dagger and mark Nate, and then we'll throw Mark of the Black Widow for 4, which Nate's either going to block or he's going to lose a card from his hand. If he blocks this out, we get to flip anyway. We get to go into the Spider-Verse here, which is exactly what we want. So would be an ideal situation. Yeah. So Nate blocking, we essentially use Mark of the Black Widow to get a card out of Nate's hand, and we're going to be able to go into the Brood here and just try to keep our pressure going. Going second is a big deal, I've noticed, in a lot. Like, it feels like it's going second matters more than you would think. All right, so we're going to flip. Hopefully we hit something cool. And by cool, I mean Trapdoor or Black Widow would be an ideal hit. Funnel Web is destroy his arsenal, which is, like, fine. We have not played a defense reaction, so pitching this is looking pretty good. Bite seems to be super mediocre, I would say, here. I actually think we're supposed to say no blocks here, as weird as that sounds, because we want to throw Bite. We're not going to actually, going to do anything. So this is just 3. Yeah, we'll just take 3. Because I'm going to pitch Trapdoor to the dagger. And then I'm going to throw Bite. And then we're going to discard to this to try and clear out Nate's arsenal here. And we're going to arsenal our Lair of the Spider. So I think this is a good play. This being 2 is also really solid. The Mark of the Huntsman starts looking really good when you get marked heroes on the other side of the board. I know this is kind of like a duh forehead moment, but I mean, like, the fact that, like, we're able to get so much value out of our opponents being marked in this limited format is really cool. I like that a lot. It's pretty fun. All right, so we're not going to destroy this because I don't want him to be marked. We're going to throw Bite. We are going to pass on throwing a dagger, and then this is a reaction. So we're going to, like, really do our best to, like, clear out Nate's arsenal here just by discarding the Mark of the Prey. And we're also keeping the Under the Trapdoor as basically, like, our 3rd reaction for later in the game. So making this for 6, we're going to put Nate down to 11, and then we're just going to force him to have a 4-card hand. And now we have our Lair of the Spider going into next turn so that we can set up and try to play pretty good offense. Well, we're taking the dagger. I'll tell you that right now. Like, the dagger's just not getting blocked. I'm not super worried about that. I'd rather just let that connect. Man. Both the daggers, huh? All right. I noticed that Nate did break the combat chain, more than likely because he's looking to be able to buy his other dagger back for next turn. Hope to see you there. Your streams have such a great energy. Luminaris, thank you, man. I really appreciate that, buddy. That means a lot. I will definitely be at the PT. I am looking forward to getting to hang out with you, man. Like, I will definitely be there. It's why we're drafting so much. I don't normally draft so much, but like now we're drafting once a week because I'm trying to stay, you know, prepped and ready for the PT. So 2, go again, huh? Actually, I'm willing to just go to 10 here because Nate's going to Arsenal. Nate's not going to Arsenal. So we could have saved one more point technically if we had blocked, but I was definitely thinking Nate was going to Arsenal right there. I'm a little surprised he didn't. Not wanting to set up a 5-card hand is a little surprising to me. I don't know. That's kind of shocking. Us not drawing a blue there is a little awkward. We're going to throw the bite. I will not be flicking the dagger here. This is the last bite in our deck, but still, I just like that we're attacking for 4. So we were basically able to just like block, you know, 7 to 8 value there. I think it was 7. We blocked 7 value, and then we were able to, you know, just throw 4 at Nate and then Arsenal another defense reaction, kind of setting ourselves up. We are trying to like play for the long game a little bit here. Nip at the Heels is such a good blue. Love this card. Love this card. It's absolutely great. I hate that we're not going to have Nate marked, so we can't go into the next turn. We're not going to like go into the Spider-Verse here to really make anything happen, but block Trot Along and block Hunted or Hunter here, and then we'll be able to go Cut from the Same Cloth, Dagger, Not Break into Mark of the Prey, or Mark the Prey, which is a really good place to be at, I feel like. Up 6 and run gives +2 to a dagger. Pitch a blue to retrieve. Okay. So Nate ended up with a lot of copies of up 6 and run right there. So we're going to go ahead and block 3 just with the Trot Along. Not really looking to use Trot Along as a solid go again piece. All right. Nate's just letting us save our defense reaction, which to be honest, I'm completely okay with. Like, saving our defense reaction for another turn cycle is fine with me. There's not a lot of attack reactions in Nate's deck, I'm sure, but still. Put in context, fire tennis strike first, tag the target, trap and released. Trap and release, I mean. So not a bad hand at all. Nate's got a pretty good one. All of his cards block for 2, except for the put in context. I mean, he could decide to block put in context and trap and release, and then just go fire tenant strike first and to tag the target. Even that wouldn't be that good, would it? I mean, he does not. He has to keep his hand here, I think. It's probably what he's thinking. And then I'm just going to throw Mark of the Prey here. We'll just like try to mark and just try to set up here, try to get a little bit of value. And we'll just try to kind of keep pushing our advantage. This being for 2 does feel a little bad because it means that Nate could just block with one of his 3/2 blocks in hand. But I don't really want to break our dagger. There's a lot of like pumps left in our deck for like daggers specifically. So I would much rather save those and just make sure that we're continuing to like have a long game here. One strategy I usually use in competitive drafts is getting really good with 2 heroes and ignoring the last one. Makes your efforts more concentrated and it's reasonable to often find one of them open. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. I think that's a really good plan, like pretty good strategy, to be honest. I really like being able to focus on like, 66% and really looking for like openings or cards that you like makes a lot of sense. So we can block. We're going to have to block quite a bit this turn because Nate's going to have a pretty good turn. But I do really like the idea of being able to keep the Mark of the Prey and the Mark of the Huntsman here. We're going to have to decide where we want to take some damage. It's what's going to have to happen. I'm going to give up the Hunted or Hunter. I'm hoping that being up 7, we're going to be in a situation where we can, try to really pressure in a multitude of ways here. Because our opponent's marked, we can actually... This is for 2. I mean, blocking with pick up the point here is fine, right? Because we can always arsenal the Incision, and then we can attack with Scuttle the Canal with Go Again, which is pretty good. I mean, I guess we could also discard the Incision, but the Incision's looking pretty good as a way to close the game out here. I'm just going to give up my equipment. I think I'm just mostly interested in just giving up my equipment here. We fall down to 6. We fall down to 3. So it's 3-3 here. So Nate did end up having a Razor. I think Razor's really good in Syndra. We're now marked, which I think is fine. Yeah, I think we're in a very good position here to get multiple cards out of Nathaniel's hand here. So this is going to be 3 Go Again, and we're going to be able to discard the Mark of the Prey here to the Arachne. Or if Nate blocks with 2 cards, I'm willing to just throw the dagger after this. I mean, the +3 is just face up. I'm assuming Nate has something. Feels highly unlikely that Nathaniel just passed dead on board face up. Feels highly unlikely. Oh. Okay, he did. We'll have to talk about that one. I think going second won us that game. Let me go ahead and jump in the queue again here. I'm not sure if there's people in this queue. There's 2 people in the next queue. I'm just going to go ahead and jump in it. We'll probably be able to get one more draft in tonight. We keep going 1-1. It's a common theme with my decks here, which makes me curious if they're 2-1 decks or 1-1 decks. I don't know. Draft on 4-3-25, and we finished 1-1. I don't remember what I named the last deck. Did I name it 4-3 like I'm supposed to? Yeah, I did. Okay. I mean, I think this deck is like solid. Like this deck feels okay. One of the better Arachne decks I've put together. And, kind of going back to like what Luminar said, like I definitely feel more comfortable being on Arachne or being on Syndra. The third hero of The third hero of Fang has not really been my speed, but the deck feels okay. I feel like I'm in a decent spot. Wow, the draft queue's already ready. I guess enough people just dropped and immediately jumped in with the draft. So actually, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take just a second. I gotta use a bathroom. I'm gonna take like a short break, like 2 minutes here, really quick, and then when I come back, we're gonna be doing one more draft. Thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. Kyle requested 5 subs of water. Fucking weeb. It was not water. That was not water.
Oh, here, have some water.
I was lied to. The lies. Yo, only 4 cups? Listen at this man. That is 4 full cups, Cusco. This fucking guy, bro. This fucking guy. What? Rookie numbers? Bro, Cusco's out here. Look, this motherfucker's just sitting over there with a pot of sauce going, oh yeah, I'm stirring that shit up, baby. I'm stirring it up. Oh my God, we're going crazy tonight. This is as close as I'm ever going to get to going Super Saiyan right now. So I just need you all to know how, like, All right, short break, and we're back. Let's go ahead and jump into our Draftmancer queue. I was like, I'm probably the last person they're waiting on, to be honest, at this point. Probably just waiting on me, but we'll go ahead and dive in and get into our last draft of the night here. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here tonight. Appreciate y'all chilling. Alrighty then. We're done drafting because we loaded in the same things there. Straight up forgot you were on Redback. Yeah, I was really curious to know why you just passed right there. I was very, very confused there for a minute, man. Very confused there for a hot second. There's 3 assassin cards in this pack, which is interesting. I think we're just going to take the Hunt the Hunter. I do like Red Whittle from Bone is not bad. But I think it's just Hunt the Hunter because it leaves us open in 2 classes here. We have a couple of different options there. Leaves us with a couple of Draconic outs. I don't think there's nothing really else that really screams to me from this pack. So, yeah, your all 2-block ham was rough. I agree. Let's see. Searing Gaze, Sisters of Fire. We're seeing multiple. Man. Kind of thinking that this is a warrior pack. We can take the Searing Gaze. Blue cut from the same cloth is pretty good. We could take a red 1-for-4 or for the Drakai here. I think we would rather have the Searing Gaze here, to be honest. I think if Fang's looking open, we'll try to play Fang a little bit here. But if not, we'll just lean into something else. The Dynastic Dedication is looking pretty good. I like that card quite a bit. The Upsticks and Run also looks good if we decide to lean into something else. We could pivot to Ninja and pick up Lair of the Spider here, but I think we're gonna see what Warrior looks like. No really amazing warrior cards kind of standing out to me yet. Din is really powerful. Sound the Alarm is insane. Man, Den of the Spider or Sound the Alarm. I mean, Sound the Alarm is just a great 1-for-5, right? Like the knowledge of the Sound the Alarm is insane. Yeah, I think it's just Sound the Alarm here. As good as Din is, I think we have to have something like that. Pledge Fealty is looking really good. This is looking like we have I mean, don't get me wrong. It's looking like us leaning into Warriors looking pretty solid. The Scalding Iron might honestly will. The Scalding Iron could will here. Honestly, don't know. It could will. Blaze Aggro 69. LOL. Hey, Matt McInnes is here. That's fun. Let's see. Brothers of Flame. Red Alert Gloves is probably a good pick. We have 3 Draconic reactions so far, so we have a pretty good number of things we're looking for. I don't hate the public bounty, to be honest. I really like red alert gloves. Like having equipment is good, but the Brothers in Flames is also solid. I think we'll take an equipment piece here. I'm noticing there's not any like upfront warrior buffs that are really good that are standing out to me. Nothing that's like really jumping out. Point of engagement at yellow is fine. I'd much rather have something better here, but I think we'll take the point. Because I don't really like the blessing. I mean, like, it's fine. I think I would rather have the yellow point of engagement, to be honest. Bunker Beard doesn't look bad. Hunt a Killer at blue is okay. It's a blue 3-block. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Warrior dried up fast. Warrior dried up fast. I do like the idea of having this. Could be like just a good yellow 3-block here that we could just have in our deck. There's not really anything else that speaks to me in this pack, though. Outed is like a card I really, really try to stay away from. I'm definitely not super looking to like play this card, but it could be a good pitch outlet or something that could work. We could, like, if we have like a good setup turn, we could get this into play. Sisters of Fire coming back around. I really like Incision as a 0 for 3. I think Sisters of Fire is a better pick for us, though, because it gives us the ability to have that second chain link, like, huge buff attack. Definitely taking Incision, just a yellow 3-block. That's also +2. Red Tip-Off, not bad. Honestly, Red Tip-Off this late is pretty good. Take a Stab can be fine. And Blue Plunge. I feel like Blue Plunge is better than getting past. Nip at the Heels, Scalding Iron. Man. I mean, do we take Scalding Iron because it's just there and it just works? Like, we have 1, 2, 3 Chain Enders already. We could take Nip at the Hills. It's just a solid blue. We have 4 Draconic Reactions, 3 of which can be played on Chain Link 1. So taking Scalding Iron just could be a good way to, like, get go again. I mean, yeah, the Blessing is okay if you're going first. I agree. I don't know. This is tough. The blue Nip at the Heels is pretty good because it is technically a reaction. But I think I just... yeah, let's take the value blue here, I think. The boots are good. Pursuit of the Edge is good. Point of engagement at yellow is not bad. I think we're just looking at the boots here. We already have gloves. Matt just immediately talking to people. That's such a Matt thing to do. Lay Low could be pretty good. I've not been a big fan of that card, but I think we're looking at a cut deep here. Knife Through Butter doesn't seem bad. I do like blue cut deep a lot, though. Red Alert Vest is looking really good. Scar Tissue is really solid. I do like the idea of having just red reacts that push us over the top. Red Alert Vest is also really good. The Sizzling Still, I think, is a better pick than anything else we have here. Red Cut Deep is insane. Red Cut Deep is looking really good. We could take the Sworn Vengeance, but I really like just the 0 for 4. Blistering Blade, probably just the pick here. I mean, we could take the Sizzling Still, but I think Blistering Blade is just going to be our pick. We have boots and gloves already, so we're looking for chest and headpiece. I think we'll just take the Sizzling Still. Blue Cut Deep could be a really good pickup, though. I do like the idea of having this. Searing Gaze is a pretty good card to get past this late, I feel like. Having 2 Searing Gaze is not that bad. I don't know that I ever want more than 2 or 3 of them, but... So let's see. Who are we going to have to play? 1, 2, 3, 4. XCTU. I have no idea who that is. Looks like we're going to be waiting a second to get some cards passed to us here. Looks like we're kind of just waiting as cards are being passed around right now. Multiple packs kind of hung up in like a couple corners there, but you know, it is what it is. We are... Oh, here we go. We're starting to get some stuff passed to us here. Waiting on old Gary. Scalding Iron did will. I don't even know if I like that. I mean... I guess it's fine. I really wish we could play this. Proclaim Vengeance is not great, but I think the ability to just have that go again is really important. Blue Cut Deep, looking solid. Different purposes, but I think we'll take the to the point here. I mean, getting past some not bad cards here, kind of late in the packs here. Brothers in Flames is looking good. We have a couple of blues here. I think the Sworn Vengeance will probably come back around. It's probably just Brothers in Flames, I think. We could take a 1 for 5. We have 1, 2, 3 1 for 5 Chain Enders. We'll take the 4 of the Emperor here. I think that's fine. I think just having some nice Chain Enders is good. Hunt a Killer is looking good. Red Cut Deep looks really solid. Den of the Spider. Man, Red Cut Deep versus Den of the Spider is big because it's like, how much offense do we need to be playing? We already have 15 blues, and we have a Red Cut Deep already. Man, this Den of the Spider is looking really good. We'll take the Cut Deep. I think the Cut Deep is really where we want to be. We have Boots and Gloves, so the vest is just looking solid here. I mean, don't get me wrong, Knife Through Butter at red is really solid. The Power Stance is not bad, I guess, as a blue 3-block, but I really like having multiple pieces. So we'll have chest, boots, and gloves here. Looking for a headpiece to kind of come around here. Smoke Out is a great defense reaction to pick up here. I really like Smoke Out here a lot, actually. We need probably 1 to 2 more blues. I'm going to say at least 1, maybe 2. Yellow Cut Deep is insane. Blue Incision's pretty good. Red to the point is not bad because it could just be a 0 for 4 if they're marked. I don't want to take too many front pumps here. So we have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. We have 9 Draconic reactions that can extend our turn. Man, I don't know. This is a tough pick, actually. I'm kind of struggling with this one. Blue Sworn Vengeance is not bad, but I like Cut Deep better. Yellow 0 for 3 is insane, I think. I don't know. To the point, potentially being a 0 for 4 could be really clean. We'll take the yellow, play for consistency here. Stabbing Pain or Imperial Intent. We could take the Calming Breeze. I'm going to take the Imperial Intent here. It's just our 10th Draconic reaction to kind of set us up here. I do want a headpiece if we see one. I'd even take a Bunker Beard at this point. We do have a lot of reactions in our deck, but a Bunker Beard could still be okay with the number of attacks we have in our deck. So something to consider. Hunted or Hunter coming around tells me that Assassin looking... Man, somebody's going to have a crazy Assassin deck if Hunted or Hunter is getting past this late. Tooth of the Dragon is really good, but man, Cut Deep. Blue Cut Deep is solid. There's been multiple good blues. We'll take the Tooth here. I just said we need a headpiece, right? We have boots, gloves, and vest. We'll take the headpiece. That way we have the full suite. Oh, Lalo? I mean, I feel like Lalo this late is pretty good. What card do I not want to play against? Red to the point came around. Actually crazy. I feel like our deck's not bad. I don't know. I mean, this could be like another like 0-2 Fang deck I've put together, but this feels pretty good. Tooth is gross. I agree. Tooth is very good. I like Tooth a lot. Like, it's such a good like fake out. We have 3 instants. I don't think we're playing all these blues, to be honest. I think we're going to end up going down to like 7 blues and playing 3 yellows is probably what's going to happen. And then we're going to play all 20 reds more than likely. So this one, we are playing Fang. The deck name is Draft for, well, today's the 3rd, not the 5th. Yep, 4-3-25. We'll add our record later. We'll cut the Kunai, cut the Huntsman, and we have a really good equipment suite here. There were a couple cards that we have to cut because they were cards that got passed to us or cards we didn't really want. I'm trying to look here. I can't remember what we took. We can't play Throw Yourself at Them. God, there was something else. Plunge the Prospect is another card we can't play. Ashley is really clicking with the CC Fang deck, and it's terrifying. She had a great game versus a buddy of ours on Prism, and it's the first time she played the matchup with no poppers. That's actually crazy. I feel like with no poppers, that's like a crazy hard matchup to win. 2, 4, 6, 8. Maybe we cut Proclaim Vengeance. Maybe that's just me being a greed monster. Well, we can't play this one. So Lalo, Incision, or Cut Deep. It's just going to be... Yeah, I think this is what we're going to play. Let's make sure we don't have anything crazy here. 5 Cut Deeps is crazy work. And we have 3, 4 finishers. Yeah, I feel like this looks pretty good. Let's see who we've got to play against. Normally, I've already gotten... yeah, see, they've already sent me a game. I love it. Absolutely love it. The people that draft are always so on top of these things. Like, you can just tell they're trying to churn through the games as quickly as possible because they're trying to draft a whole bunch of times. Yep, that's not me. I thought they had already created a game. I guess I spoke too soon. Let's take a look and see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. XC TCU. So we will Talshar limited private XT. Yeah, what is their name? It appears this is my opponent. I honestly have no idea. We'll see if it works out. I've sent the game, and whatever happens, happens. It's in God's hands now. Hopefully we drew an early pledge fealty. She also had a... Oh. Just get your hero ability online on turn 2 forehead. Yeah, dude, easy work, right? Easy work. Looks solid. A friend that was drafting Fang said 11 to 12 blues plus yellow is the right number. Not sure. Fang is the one I'm ignoring, LOL. This person's name is Big Balls. What a name. Well, best of luck to you, friend. So I think we're just gonna Arsenal to cut deep, right? So I'm gonna go cut deep. No, I'm gonna go hunt a hunter. We're going to attack, and then it's going to be the sizzling still. I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and play it still. Like, we don't come over the top, but we might as well, right? Yeah, so we'll just go ahead and break. I mean, maybe I'm supposed to keep that. I don't know. We'll just go ahead and pass, I think. I'd rather set up a good hand here. We will take one. We're definitely going to plan on blocking the daggers this turn, I'll tell you that. We'll just go ahead and block with the Sworn Vengeance. Maybe I'm supposed to keep it because it's like my only blue. We'll just go to 16. I think we're going to be able to apply a good amount of pressure here this turn. They have no daggers for next turn, which I think is pretty good. So it's cut deep and attack for 5. This will give this +3. And then we can arsenal this. So we give this go again. We push over 5, put them down to 15. We attack for 1. And I don't really want to play this yet. I think we're just going to pass. And I'm going to try to force them to have a decent hand here. Plus, if they give us a card, this is a massive win because we don't even want to play our last card. We want to keep our last card anyway. Dubs. Absolute dubs. Bangers. So if I pitch for the Emperor, I can play Cut Deep. If I block with For the Emperor, I can play Cut Deep. Is there any world I'm taking 3? Well, no, because there's not really any go again here, right? I could attack with a dagger, pitching this, play this to go up to 4, and then play Sound the Alarm. It's weird. It's really weird. They definitely should have gotten one of those back to flick it at me. That was just incorrect. It doesn't look like we have many ways to mark them. Maybe that's something I should have been more focused on, was marking consistently. I mean, I can attack for 5 and get knowledge, or I can attack for 8. I think I'd rather attack for 5 and get knowledge. Public bounty, tip off, put in context, poison blade. Block with the they can't block with the put in context. I actually get punished for keeping that. So it is tip off, put in context, poison blade, public bounty. So pitch tip off to play public bounty, attack with poison blade for 6, mark me, and then dagger whatever's in your arsenal. No, just kidding. They block for 2 because I can't block there. That's right. We're out here getting knowledge. That's right. Uh-oh. They just decide to keep their hand. Honestly, a little scary. So if I'm marked, I can't play this, which kind of sucks, because it means I need to take a little bit of damage here. So what if I block with Hunt the Hunter? Take 3. And then we can go Cut Deep for +3. Attack with a dagger and then just play the +3 or just pass. Actually, if we block like this, I can block the daggers with equipment, which is not bad. And after we block the daggers with equipment, yeah, I think we have... Oh. Okay. I mean, yeah, we'll just go ahead and give this up, fall down to 7. I think this is fine. Just using the blocking value to our advantage here is fine. And then they're going to mark us with their last card with the tip-off. Yeah, so it is +3 from the Cut Deep, which is really good. We get to come in for 4. They have to respect just potentially dying here at this point in time. But we do need to deal 6 damage, so it's not looking very likely. The only way that they could die is if they say no blocks, or if they block with just the headpiece. They block with just the headpiece, they are dead, because we have 7. Yep, that's fine. Let's block 3. I'm willing to take 1 dagger and go to 6. I don't really care if they have the fealty token or not. Let's block 4 here. Just stay at 6. It's been a close game. I'm really trying to like really make sure we're staying in a good situation here. I do not have a way to turn Sisters of Fire online, which feels pretty awkward. We can push over 1 point of damage here, put them down to 5. And then if we can get to the Sisters of Fire, we might just be able to end the game. We're going to see what they throw at us this turn. This hand's not great. I will let them mark me because I don't really care about it. So if I block with 2, I go to 1, and then I'm able to attack, pitching the Pledge Fealty, play Imperial Intent, pitch... No, I'm sorry. It is... This is 3, this is 4. So it's pitch Pledge Fealty to play the Fire Vein, play Tooth of the Dragon, pitch this, and then try to kill them with the Sisters of Fire. So we have to block 2 and go to 1. I think we have to go to 1 to try to go for the win here. I think I've played too sloppy in the mid game here. Really wanted to see the Pledge Fealty not on turn 6. Really wanted to see it a little bit earlier here, to be honest. So we're going to give Tooth to give this go again. We're going to come in for 4. Do you have a defense reaction? Okay. That game was sweaty, and I did not think we were going to get there, to be honest. After a while, I did not think that was going to work out for us. All right. We're finally able to win the first game of a draft pod. Finally. Finally, we're not being forced to win in the 0-1 bracket, which has been happening to us a lot tonight. Let's see if there are any 1-0 games that we are able to join, because there might be people already playing them. Back-to-back Syndras, huh? All right. Good luck and have fun, opponent. I don't know. We're gonna keep fighting here. Hopefully we can get a deck that feels pretty good. We're not changing any of our cards. Nothing really matters for what we're trying to do here. Okay. They are missing a leg piece, which is like fine. I'm gonna block with the Scalding Iron here. We're gonna try and stay as high in life as we can. I would really like to keep my 1 for 5, but we're going to have to see what happens. Actually, I'm sorry, this is incorrect. I'm supposed to take this one, I think. I think we're supposed to take this one. I do think we're supposed to block here now, since it's the blood drop. Hey, what's up, Josh? Do we just play this to get a fealty token and clear it out of our hand? I think so, right? Like, I think we're just supposed to give this up. And my opponent might push 4 points of damage, but I still think it's correct. I like this hand a lot. This hand feels really powerful. We're going to play the Dynastic Dedication here. And then we're going to throw the last dagger here, because we'll probably be able to set up the Sizzling Steel on a turn here where we can get really aggressive. And Josh, to answer your question, I did play Ninja the first draft that we played. I mean, if they want to throw this up here on turn 1, I'm okay with this, actually. I mean, I doubt they will, but I am okay with it if that's what they want to do. I like this card a lot. I feel like this card is really solid. Yeah, this card seems pretty good. Go to 11. We will throw the dagger. The fun part is, like, this could be Sisters of Fire. Like, we could just deal a ton of damage here, but we're going to set up the Sizzling Steel in Arsenal, and we're just going to pass. Because we have a pretty good hand. Like, that hand was really powerful. So, dagger, discard the tip-off, fealty to the point for 4, so that bumps it up to a bajillion. Last dagger, play the Sizzling Steel, block with the other Sizzling Steel from hand. We're either getting rewarded, like, just from, like, random Talishar luck this time around, or this is, like, one of the better decks we've drafted all night. Because this hand's really, really powerful. I mean, this hand is an easy, what? 2, 4, 6. This hand's like a 2-card. Technically, it's a 3-card 12. 4 card 12, and we're going to block 3. So this is a 5 card 15. It's on rate. I don't know how we get to that point, right? I mean, I guess technically we can attack, crack fealty, play this, come across for 5 instead of 6, and then attack, have 1 floating, and play double sizzling still to try and just end the game. No, I actually think you're right here. I actually think you're right. We'll say no blocks here. Yeah, because it's dagger, have 2 floating, crack the fealty, play to the point, come across for 5. And then we attack, have 1 left, play Sizzling Steel, pitch the tip off to play Sizzling Steel. Yeah, their hand was really awkward. Yeah, we're just going to pitch the tip off. This hand's crazy. Thank you for pointing that out, Eugene. Because this hand's actually nuts. Yeah, there's not a single point of damage other than attacking with the Fire Vein here that they are able to tell what we're going to do. So it is crack fealty token, play to the point. They can decide what they want to do. Now, the Sizzling Steel is pretty relevant if they decide to add this to the chain. They're going to get a lot of value out of it this turn cycle, which feels bad, but I don't think I can give it up because we're trading the 1 point there from the 1 point on each of these, which means it could just be worth breaking the combat chain. Now, he only added 1. Okay, so we get marked. Op falls to 9. Dagger. Yeah, so he's going to get 1 value out of this being a second chain link, and we're going to get 1 more because we have 2 reactions here. This turn's actually insane. Yeah, so this goes up to 6. So this is 10. If they give the headpiece, they go to 1. Yeah, they have to give us both of the leapfrog pieces to live. They go to 1 if they give us both the leapfrog piece. Okay, so they have the smoke out. We do have a smoke out in our deck as well. So they do end up taking 6 and going to 3, which I still think is pretty good. As long as we don't draw like a real clunker, I think we'll be okay. I mean, this hand's great. This hand's really good. We get to block here so he doesn't get to flick a dagger at me. And we get to go attack, tooth into attack. They get their daggers back, but we're up 6 points. I mean, we're going to get at minimum 2 cards from their hand when we're up 6 right here. This draft format is really fun, Lucas. It's a lot of fun. And yes, Trent, I agree. This hand fucks. This hand's so good, dude. We've had a lot of really good hands so far. Like, through 3 turns, we've had some insanely good draws. Pledge Fealty on turn 0 was nuts. Like, we've had a lot of really good stuff so far. Takes nothing, and then we're going to come across for 4. They have to give a card here because their headpiece does not keep them alive. So they're going to fall down to 2. And we're just going to pass here. It's also really worth noting that keeping the Nip at the Hills and the tip-off, the red tip-off in our deck is really solid for later because it gives us a lot of potential value at second cycle to just be able to like throw 1 for 5s at them. Tooth is insane. I agree. The crazy part is like we picked up Tooth very late. We picked up Tooth in like pack 3, like pick 6, I think. It was pretty late. It's like I assume we're waiting on me to refresh. Who am I vibing with the most? I mean, from a draft perspective, probably Arachne. I've really enjoyed playing Arachne so far. I can go to 4 and then go +2/+2 dagger +2. So I'd be coming in for 5, and then we bump it up to 8, and then I'd throw another dagger for 1. I could also block 3. I think we're just supposed to hit them hard and fast here. I think we can kill them or take every card out of their hand. From a draft perspective, Kit, probably Arachne. I really like Arachne, but I have to admit that this Fang deck has felt really good so far. Like, this Fang deck has felt really good this draft. Also, hitting 3 blues in one hand feels really bad. So this does not kill our opponent. They can give us the headpiece here and go to 1. I don't have a reaction, so breaking the combat chain does not matter. And now they have 1 card in hand. And we're at 4 with 3 pieces of equipment that block. This is where we start fatiguing them. We're probably never really looking at a situation where, like, I'm assuming they're just dead here, but they can't play around it, is what I'm assuming. I'm assuming they just can't play around it there, but yeah, we threatened 10 and then 15 in a limited game, which is, like, honestly insane. Which is honestly insane. Now, hopefully we can find the 2-0 game pretty quick. Let's see. I guess I'm going to have to post the 2-0 game, which is fine. Like, I don't mind. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of people in this one are playing it out, I've noticed, which I think is pretty cool. I like when people play out their games. We're probably just going to have to wait a minute, honestly. To find the other 2-0 here, but I mean, you know, beggars and choosers and all that. Let's see, I missed some messages in the Discord. Looks like nothing crazy, just Josh talking shit to Drew, it sounds like. Nothing crazy. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out tonight. Appreciate y'all being here and chilling with me while we're practicing for draft at PT London. Hey, Dow, welcome back, buddy. This is our 3rd draft. We went 1-1, or technically we went 0-1 into 1-1 on our Cinder draft. We went 0-1 into 1-1 on our Arachne draft, and now we're 2-0, about to play for the 3-0 spot here in this draft. Just kind of where we're at. Yeah, this is our 3rd draft tonight, one of each of the heroes, and each deck has felt pretty good. Like, I'm not going to lie, I admittedly feel pretty good about draft right now. Like, even, you know, like, if I think the biggest part of draft is being able to read the signals in the table that you're at. Plus, knowing what all the cards do is a big deal too. So, oh wait, while we're hanging out, let's take a moment to shamelessly plug our sponsors. Make sure you check out the Codex Journal, !Codex in the chat. It keeps track of all your games, helps you at tournaments. You can keep notes, you can keep first, second, life totals, everything. You got all kinds of stuff here. It is a great product, wonderful thing to check out. !Codex in the chat will take you to the Agrablaze 96 Special Edition Codex Journal. Be sure to check it out. It's awesome. Anyway, back to like trying to find our last game here. But yeah, I don't know. Like, both of our decks have felt pretty good so far. I mean, we'll talk about them here for a minute. Like, this is our Fang deck that we're looking at. The thing that stands out to me is the 5 copies of Cut Deep. We also have like 11 Draconic reactions between like the Pledge Fealty, like, so there's like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10, and if you count the Sisters of Fire, it's 11, which I don't really count because it's not that great. But I do like Cut Deep. I think this is probably the best front buff in draft. I like this card a lot. We also got a Lalo really, really late, which was really solid. We got a Smokeout Impact 3. Like this draft has went pretty well. Taking a look at our other decks here, we have our Arachne deck, which I honestly did not think was very bad. I ended up with 2 headpieces because we hate drafted one late, but I don't think the deck was very bad. It does not have, I'd like for there to be one more defense reaction if I'm being honest, but we ended up on some really good cards. There's 5 Mark the Prey, which I think is really solid. We have a lot of good red, stealth cards. We picked up an early Under the Trapdoor. I like the 2 sides of the blade. I think that's really good. This deck felt pretty good. I went 1-1. I think I could have 2-1'd with it, but I'm not sure, to be honest. And then our Syndra deck from earlier was, I think our Syndra deck was pretty good. I think I read the signals. I think I took what I was supposed to take. I think our game, the game we lost against Arachne, we just kind of got put into a bad spot very, very early in the game, and we crawled back, but it just wasn't enough. So I kind of think that's where we're at right now. Waiting on our last game to get started here. I'm sure there's people waiting. I'm sure there's people playing games right now. So if we do manage to sweep this one, this would be my first 3-0 hunted draft, because I don't draft a lot in person. Just not a lot of chances for me to draft in person a lot, so it's just kind of how it shakes out. I do agree, Josh, that I think Syndra is probably the worst hero to draft in the hunted. Don't get me wrong, I think that if you're one of 2 Syndras in a pod, you can get a lot of good cards and really put together a really powerful deck. But I think when there's a third Syndra, you have a 1-2 Syndra, and then probably a couple, you either have a couple 1-2 Syndras or a couple 2-1 Syndras. But I think that having a third Syndra is really bad in this draft format. But I don't know. Arachne seems to be the deck that everybody drifts toward the most. So I think that being able to keep hidden damage with Fang and Arachne is super powerful. I completely agree, Trent. I think that's one of the big upsides to the entire I think it's one of the better things. I think it's why people gravitate towards Fang and Arachne. The reaction step, the hidden damage is very, very powerful, and it gives you a lot of edges in a lot of situations. Haunted Limited is really cool, but finding the bomb in this set is much harder than Rosetta, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot of good plays and good decks and things you can put together. Kind of to what Trent was talking about, I think that, cards like Razor Reflex or any of the reactions that you can actually add in to the Syndra deck, I think is what makes it so powerful. Because, being able to surprise people with a reaction in Syndra is really big, and people aren't ready for it. So it's a big part of the game for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I like this Fang deck quite a bit. It's felt pretty clean. We didn't end up on many non-playable cards. Most of the cards were playable. I did end up cutting Proclaim Visions. Oh, excuse me. Because it felt like there were just better cards in my deck. Last game, we had a double Sizzling Still turn on the second Chain Link, which was actually bananas. Actually bananas. Yeah, I'm assuming we're just waiting on other people. I think a lot of people were still playing their first game when I finished. I think some people were probably still playing their first game when I finished my when we were midway through our second game there. Felt like the games went very quickly there because we played back-to-back Syndras on our Fang deck, so I think we got a couple of very quick matches. Some of those Arachne matches, they go to some of the fatigue games, and they go to really drawing it out and taking cards out of your opponent's deck and stuff like that. So, oh man, I'm trying to plan out places for lunch and dinner while me and Lauren are in France. And man, some of these restaurants near us are crazy expensive, €100 per person. I believe it, man. I firmly believe that doubt. It's gotta be crazy. I feel like especially because you're in this major tourist attraction city. Paris is people travel there all the time. I'm sure Americans travel there all the time. So I'm sure everything is wildly expensive in Paris. It does not surprise me in the slightest, brother. Does not surprise me in the slightest. Man, I have to say, one of the weirdest parts about waiting for draft is that I do like is like just waiting. Like the waiting part of drafting is like probably one of the worst parts of it, in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of it. I think I'm going to revisit the Skyward Serenade and Skizik package this weekend. I think it's probably what I'm going to do most of this weekend to see if I like it better, to see if I like the one of Written in the Stars, or if I want to cut Lightning Surges and Ravenous Rabbles for the package. I really don't know. I'm really worried that like I run myself into like possibly getting fatigued in certain situations, but I don't know. I truly do not know. I think I'm going to try it again this weekend just to get a feel and see if I like it or not. Also, I will say last night I noticed in some of my games I really missed Fry. The consistency of Fry can be really like important sometimes, so I don't know. I'm going to try it this weekend and see what happens, see how it feels, see if I like the Serenade and Skizik package, because I would cut Rabbles, I would cut the 7th blue, and I would cut the 2 Lightning Surges. It would be exactly what I would cut for the deck. So I don't know. Scarinade or Scarinade? Ooh, Scarinade. I like that. I like that. That's fun. That's fun, Trent. Oh man. Also, could tell us later. Guys go later than I normally stream. Dude, I love Monsters Inc. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. So help me. So help me. And scene. Love Monsters Inc., dude. Rip Surge. Did you cut Lightning Surges from your list out, or what did you cut for the Serenades? Because I know you cut Rabbles. What was the other one? Was it Flittering Charge or Surge? Because Lightning Surge just feels like the worst Lightning card we play to me. In the main deck, anyway. Actually, I guess I could leave it in, and I could cut the second strikes. How does that make my sideboarding look? So we cut second strikes, which means we have a 54 card main deck. Ugh, scares me. Scares me. So then we're running in the mirror or in other aggro matchups. Shelter, Sigil, Scar, cut discharges. We're basically just running Scar in the place of Second Strike in all the matchups that we board Second Strike into. Scares me. Scares me. Scares me. I have so much hesitation about playing that whole package. I don't know. Do I get timed out if I post a list? You don't get timed out, but it won't come through on YouTube. It won't come through on YouTube. If you want to like post your list in the Discord, I'd be more than happy to pull it up and talk about it while we're sitting here. Be more than happy to pull it up and talk about it, but YouTube won't let it come through. I don't know how other people get YouTube links to work because I cannot to save my life. The Grizzlies, something about basketball, yada, yada, yada. Doesn't matter. Let's talk about those games with Fabton. Yeah, let's talk about them, dude. I mean, it was a very good learning experience, man. It was a very good learning experience. It was, I mean, it's a tough matchup. It's a hard matchup, and Fabton knows what he's doing, man. So I struggled. Fabton's going to help me practice this weekend, too. Did indeed get wrecked, Josh. I did indeed get wrecked. DM'd on Discord? All right, let's pull it up and talk about it, dude. I like how it's called Aurora 2.2. So you're on Surges. You're not on the 7th blue. Oh, so it's like, that's literally the difference in our list. You're on the Scarinade, the Scarinade package, and then you're on third Lightning Surge, which I wouldn't be, and you're not on second Strikes. It's like literally the only differences in our deck. I bet combo lines up really well with Scarinade. Yeah, I'm going to try it again this weekend. I want to try it again and see how I feel about it again this weekend. I don't know. I'm so skeptical. My man said, it is literally the difference. It's what I've been trying to tell you. Okay, so doubt for sure. I don't want to take up time while you're in Paris or anything, but I'll message you because I'm going to for sure be taking a look at your notes because I think tomorrow is going to be a slower day at work. I think we're through the brunt of what's going on, but I could be wrong. One of these days you can check my Victor list. I mean, kid, if you want to send it in the Discord, man, or you can DM it to me, I'll check it out right now because we're just kind of hanging out. Who's in Paris? Doubt's leaving to go to Paris tomorrow. Is it Emily? Is Emily in Paris? It's a great show. Carly and I watched that show. It's fantastic. I love Emily in Paris. All right, dude. I'm about to just say write down 2-0 and just say to hell with it because, like, I posted this like 14 minutes ago. I don't know what people are doing. Like, just play the games, forehead. Oh, wait, I do know that. I do know that song, actually. Yeah, yeah, you ain't getting me there, Trent. You ain't getting me there, Trent. Nice try, Squidward. There's no Santa Claus here. Definitely send me what you think, though. I'll be in Dallas for a little bit, 5-hour layover, so I'll likely be on my phone before we leave. Yeah, for sure, man. I will, as long as I have time tomorrow, I'm going to sit down and watch all those and, like, kind of, like, look through your notes before each game, and so I can watch them and kind of, like, take it all in. And as I'm doing that tomorrow, I'll let you know. Sent the list over on Discord. Gotta get the heat off my back from the autocorrect. My man went from trying to get the heat off his back to trying to get me canceled. Brother. All right. Let's take a look at the Victor list here. All right, so this is Kit's Victor list. Yo, already interested. Yellow Boulder Drop is hot, and I think probably very powerful. Are you running Crown of Dominion in every matchup? You are. You're on Crown of Dominion for everything. Interesting. No, dude, I was reading. Oh, you have Crown of Providence. I was reading some of your notes, and I noticed that like some of them. Oh, okay, here we go. All right, so let's see. I don't like Debilitate. Honestly, I don't know how much I like Chokeslam either. I do like that you have the Go Again package on the side. What is Remembrance for? What is Remembrance for? I don't know how I feel about Debilitate. Debilitate's normally the worst 4 for 8 that we can play, other than Mangle. 36, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. 30 blues. I like the yellow boulder drops, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. My man just said, I'm gonna cook you like Matt W did. Let's go, dude. Let's go. I'm here for it. I am here for it. We're about to put you through the 8-man blender again. Dude, bring it, brother. Remember it. Remembrance is for Jarl, Fatigue Bravo, Florian, Debilitate is for Warrior. Okay. Debilitate is for Warrior. Okay. Okay. Is this Matt McInnes? Is this Matt McInnes, Matt? You're about to put me into Blendini? The 8-man Blendini. Yo, Kyle, what's up, dude? How are you, buddy? We're just gonna play this now. Come on with it. Come on with it. This could not have worked out any better for me. Okay. I mean, they get marked, I get marked. So it's kind of like an even trade for them. The fact that they get to flip into Tarantula is not bad. I am gonna Arsenal the tip off, I think, here. Dude. You can't beat 8v1. We are Hydra head drafting, bro. Matt, bring it. I don't know if you checked, fam, but I'm not scared of you. I'm scared of you or your little goons. All right. Hunted or... yeah. You get, like, not real value there. And then I'm going to attack for 4. Now, we could Arsenal this, or we could just discard it to get fealties online. We could just get fealties online here. I highly doubt Matt is just actually stream sniping me, if you want the truth. Like, Matt's probably just in here talking trash. I mean, getting the 3 fealties on turn 2 is insane. The old Blendini. Matt W says some of the wildest shit I've ever heard in my life, dude. Man, it's fine. There's still no reaction there. Like, I'm not losing a life. It's just blocking 3. I know the Tarantula makes me lose a life, but I think it's fine. If I'm being honest. The Blendini, you're cooked, pal. You're cooked, he said. So we go down to 11, which is not great, and we get remarked again. Is there any world I'm just willing to give up my equipment here? Because what I would like to do is go Dagger, Dedication, Sound the Alarm. Arsenal this. I think this is fine. Did I need the blue? Uh-oh. Yeah, I needed the blue. Yeah, I needed the blue. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Ignore me. Ignore me. T's team is Syndra Forcers. I mean, I heard that Taylor was telling me that he knows some people that are just forcing Syndra. I mean, to be fair, probably be wide open in a high level pod, right? He said, I'm an Arachne Forcer. I heard that Matt W killed a homeless man with a hammer. I love that this is just like making its way out. Like, everybody's just aware of this now. I love that so much, dude. It makes me so happy. Sigil, Defang, and Mark. So it's going to be Defang, play the Sigil, Arsenal the Mark. I'm trying to decide how I want to play this. So if we block with Sworn Vengeance... Good luck, have fun. We block with Sworn Vengeance. And then we take one. They remark us. We cannot play this. So we're going to block 6 and then go Cut Deep, Dagger to the point. The benefit of knowing that they're just going to play Sigil here is really nice, actually. I'm clicking on these menus in Paris and they're all in French because I can't read, LOL, dude. Apparently, Matt W. killed a homeless man with a hammer. It's what I was told. It's what I was told. Trapdoor looks pretty good. Trapdoor are probably actually one of the most insane things you can flip into here, right? So Defang the Dragon has been arsenaled. We could crack a fealty token to be able to give this +3, or I'm sorry, +4, and then attack with the other dagger here. I don't know. Oh, Felipe did just say, yeah. Pockets and Felipe just said, yeah, you have to. Yeah. That makes sense. We're going to have to use the... Yeah, because of our hand, we're actually going to have to. I guess we could have played that in a way where we could have, like, kept the Hunt the Hunter. Yeah, so he's going to block 6. We're going to take 1, go down to 10. Our opponent's going to take 1, go down to 10 as well. And then we're just going to have to pass because we only have 2 fealty tokens now. Unfortunate. Yeah, we definitely should have played that hand differently. Curious to know if they'll break their weapon here. Because if not, we can get a lot of value from this Lalo. Okay. So... play Hunt-A-Killer, pitching Nip at the Hills, attack, crack a fealty token, we'll have 1 floating, we can play to the point, so it'll come in for 3 total, and then it's attack with dagger and Sisters of Fire. We actually get to keep all 4 of our cards here, which is fine. I mean, marking me is fine. It doesn't really do anything for them here. Actually, is this wrong? No, I have to do it this way. Unfortunately, I do have to do it this way, yep. Because we're going to crack the fealty and play to the point here. Unfortunately, they're just going to get value out of this. I hate that we're going to give them value out of this, but it is what it is, I think. Yeah, so this is the deck that was taking all those hunted or hunters late in the draft that I kept talking about as we were like seeing them come through. So we're going to pump this up to 5. And we're going to go ahead and put our opponent down to 5. We don't have a great way to block here. I'm kind of thinking we give... We have to block, right? So we're going to give them a card, but I think we can go ahead and... Man, this is tough. We're going to block like this and force them to play it. Force them to give us value off of our boots here. Okay. I was expecting something scarier, if I'm just being honest. I am going to go to 5. We go to 2. Oh, so he gets to draw a card because it hits afterwards? I did not realize that that worked that way. That's kind of cool. Oh, because it was take a stab, they can attack with a dagger again? I mean... We get to attack pitching the sizzling still, and then we just have +5. So there's like an option here. Like there's a world. Very highly unlikely we win this turn, but I'm probably going to play the Imperial Intent and then try to Arsenal the Searing Gaze. We're going to Arsenal the Searing Gaze here, or we're just going to have to ship them both. If they say no blocks, we're going to ship them both. I mean, they have to have something, right? I was like, yeah, there's no world that they just committed to saying, like, whatever. No shot. I was like, there is no world they were okay with that. A lot of these reactions block not very well, which is pretty frustrating. I mean, if they have a reaction, they have a reaction. There's not really much we can do from here, to be honest. +3 and getting the Chelicera is really good. We're going to go... Ooh. We're going to block 5. All right. Well, we were not able to squeak out the 3-0 there, unfortunately. I'm trying to decide where that game went wrong. Oh, we're about to get a message about me getting cooked, I'm sure. Matt already in the chat. Easy game. Oh. The Blendini, huh? Man. I don't know what went wrong that game. Cooked you like a chicken at Costco, bro. Where are they coming up with these insults, my God? My guys. I love it. What could we have done better that game? So I think the big turn was we could have taken a little bit of extra damage to actually throw. There is no way they just linked me Costco rotisserie chicken facts. Oh my God, dude. Oh, I love it. Okay, so on a serious note, the turn that we blocked with the Hunt the Hunter, I think if I had taken the role of taking a little bit more damage and actually just being like, I could have blocked with equipment and I would have been able to go like dagger, attack, and then thrown the 1-for-5 to remark them and try to set up the whole turn. It was that and a Searing Gaze, I think. So I'd have went dagger, Searing Gaze into the 1-for-5. Instead, it was that and dagger. Or no. I used the Scar Tissue. So I would have cracked a fealty to come in for 5, and then I would have came in for 5 more. And I think that would have set me up better. So I actually think that was a turn. I think that was a turn that I don't know if it would have won me the game, but it is relevant to note that that would have been relevant. It could have been, it would have been, it was a better play for me to make that decision. All right, so let's see. So this was a 2-1 deck. All right. Well, anyway, that's the beat sometimes. That's just the beat sometimes. Yeah, no, we definitely should have just kept the 1-for-5. Like, the remarking them when we attack with it would have just been better all the way around. It would have made everything better. Would have been a lot better. I did like all of our decks tonight. All of our decks felt a lot better, a lot smoother, a lot cleaner. So I think I'm really starting to see some improvements on drafting this set. So I mean, and I've told everybody this a couple times now, but if I 2-1 my draft pod day 1, W, like that's a win for me. That's where I'm at. I would love to 3-0. Like, clearly, I would love to be 8-0 at the end of day 1. Realistically, my goal is to 4-1 CC and to 2-1 a draft. That is my goal going to the PT. So, anyway. Yeah, I'll be in London, Matt. Are you going to be there, buddy? Guys, thanks so much for hanging out tonight. Appreciate you guys for being here while we draft and we practice for London. The hunted draft format is really cool. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. No stream tomorrow as it's Armory Friday, so I'll be playing cards. Doubt, I'll be sure to shoot you a message, man, so we can definitely talk about it. We can talk about some of the notes you sent me, and I really appreciate you doing that. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. It's late. I gotta work tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. I think I'm streaming on Saturday. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we're gonna be playing some Aurora on Saturday. So make sure you check that out, and I'll see you guys this weekend. Take it easy, guys. Kyle requested 5 subs of